Hello, everyone. Welcome to Silver tonight in ALR. This is round number 70 in the World Championship. Yeah, it is round 70 of the World Championship. With just 4 rounds to go tonight. We are here in the incredible heights of Mexico City for this 2.6 mile circuit on 17 turns, Israel, around the returning Mexico Grand Prix, which I think, well, returned back in at 2015, didn't it? I'm not a big fan of this circuit personally, but of course, I know a lot of drivers are quite a huge fans of this one as well. As we take a look at the most, probably I feel that is the best podium of the season in my humble opinion. I think it's probably better than Monza's and Silverstone's. And at Silverstone's podium as well, I would say anyway. But of course, I think that a lot of people are going to be very unhappy with that statement I've just said there. Let's go through the drivers and the constructors' standings, shall we? It is young Tommy, who is the world champion of silver, so he clinched the title in fine style, didn't he, 2 weeks ago? Fan Joe is second, and as he has got the second promotion spot at the moment there with Dylan, who is back up in the third as well, but he's only a point in front of Immortal, who had a bit of a nightmare race last week. Wilson had a very action-packed Grand Prix last week. He's 25 points behind Immortal in fifth position. V Todd, a superb recovery drive from V Todd. He's up to sixth now. Gordo, superb in the last couple of races. Seventh there. Farf is down into eighth for Maldonado in ninth. And Cirrus Mushroom completes the top 10. New Potato. Oh, gosh. Look at the rain. Look at the rain. Look at the rain. It is absolutely abysmal. That is absolute. It's going to be rained off here, surely, in ALR. Oh, my goodness gracious me. That is quite an appalling scene out here in Mexico City. And I think that I did see some drivers talking about it before the Grand Prix tonight, and that it's quite a high probability that we're going to get rain here. It's going to get rain here because it's silver. Silver seems to get all the rain, doesn't it? And goodness me, we've got some more here tonight as well. Oh dear, oh dear. Anyway, carrying on with the championship then. So Keza B makes his debut tonight, and so good stuff did there too. Keza B, then he was replacing Steve, who only did 3 races this year, unfortunately. Senna is moved up to a full-time seat as well in the Aston Martin team. He replaces Marquis, unfortunately. So Marquis has unfortunately Marquis decided to call it a day as well, but Senna's already got 4 points, remember, from his reserve spots as well. And Lauren, who's down in 18th position there, needs to get himself out of the relegation zone as well. But of course, got to take a lot of that with a pinch of salt, really, haven't you? In the constructor standings, AlphaTauri leads the constructors championship from Mercedes by 135 points. Then. I'm going to have to work that out a bit because I think that the Constructors' Championship is almost a done deal, actually. Williams are in third position. Alpine just coming out of the pits now. Fourth position is the Alpine car there. 6-7 points away. Then we've got a yellow flag already in sector 1 because one of the AlphaTauris has spun around there by the looks. I think it's an AlphaTauri. No, it's an Aston Martin. My apologies. One of the Aston Martins there spun around there. Senna making his full debut is not in the Aston Martin. McLaren are in fifth position, 2 points away from the Alpine team. Haas is sixth position, 7 points away from the McLaren team. We got Ferrari in 10th position there. 8th position is Alfa Romeo, 2 points away from the Ferrari team. 9th position is the Aston Martin, and they need some good results now, don't they? They're having Senna, and we've got another David on here, so we'll talk about him in just a minute. And 10th position is the Red Bull team, unfortunately at the bottom of the timesheets. And let me quickly go through the comments, shall we? I've got so many cables here, I need to sort myself out. But actually, before I do so, of course, welcome then to Repulse Aerial then. So welcome to Repulse Aerial, making their debut tonight in the Aston Martin. And so good luck to them, and I've got to say it's a very challenging start then to their career in ALR with an absolutely horrific deluge on the circuit here tonight. So yes, Aerial then is going to is going to be how to tame the waves then here in Mexico tonight. As I said then, Keza also making his debut start as well, and he's gone right into a full-time seat as well. Lovely helmet design, by the way, from Keza. Of course, Keza has been a part of the PBE family for quite a number of seasons and races now. And it's his first time he's driven in ALR. Let's see what Keza can do as well. And Gordo is starting off his lap and he's coming down the back straight. I spy a Red Bull who's already started his lap, and it is Bradfield going into turn 4 as well. Right then, Gordo, peekaboo, hello Gordo. George Morgan TV, yo, good evening, George. Then we got Wilson saying Keza for the win. Hello from Ariel as well. Good evening, Jamie. Hello. We've also got Gordo saying got a good fruit shoot. Then I wonder, is it the purple one or is it the red one? I used to love the red fruit shoot. It's fantastic. We've got Gordo saying wet quality dry race. Track is terrible. Wouldn't complain if Storm Arwin then travelled down here. Might drive in qualifying free. Then you could do inters in it then. And right, sorry, Jamie is saying, but definitely wet. So Scooby Stew, will they ever sort out the spray on this game? Even in Monaco on the Mega Drive, they had a blooming spray. I know it's really upsetting me, to be honest. I must say, I don't ask for many things in life, which is an absolute, that's the biggest porcupine I've told in a long time, because I ask for a lot of things, but there's one thing I want, and that's spray. Bradfield has set a 1:29 then to start us on our journey here tonight in Mexico. Guys, see a Ferrari of reflections there, just navigating his way through the funnel. A couple of corners saying Keza is invalidated their time, unfortunately. I'm looking at Gordo, who has gone on intermediate tires, and Gordo is not too far away then. So, of course, the best way to drive a Formula 1 circuit, goes fast as that. The best way to drive a Formula 1 circuit is just go out there and circulate round and round and round. So that is how you drive a circuit then, isn't it? And I think that so Gordo may be in for, that might be a good shout there from Gordo, but having said that, everyone else is on the wet tyres compared to Gordo, who's on those intermediate tyres. We'll see how that one plays out then. As we've got Reflection starting this out, then we've got Immortal, who a lovely purple helmet here from Immortal. Let's see what he can do. Then there's a Alpine just in front of us. Then it's Immortal struggling to slow the car down here. It's very precarious indeed. And FIFA Beefy, who hasn't driven in a very long time in ALR Silver. The last race that he participated in was the Italian Grand Prix back in round 13, and he is not going to participate any more further in this Grand Prix either, this qualifying session. He's out of qualifying now, and that is a shame now for FIFA then. Just coming out the Nigel Mansell turn or the Paratada, depending on your era of Formula 1. Unfortunately though, FIFA Beefy out of qualifying. I was saying that this is first race that he's racing since round 12 in Italy, and goodness me, unfortunately he hasn't got too far in his qualifying session, and that's also the slowest time so far. He is out of qualified, unfortunately. Immortal is going for a second bite of the cherry now. Then here's Dylan then in the second part of the lap. Keza then, who's just to start off his lap. We're going to keep an eye on Keza there, because Wilson then, Keza's 32 points in front of Murphy in PBE Tier 3 title race. He's a super driver. Noob Potatoes just going quicker than TK has gone second fastest one. So let's see what Keza can do then. So yeah, Keza being in front of Murphy in any championship of any form, then Keza already searches off far tie and goes second fastest overall in a very deeply talented pool of drivers here. And of course that is a pun as well with the amount of water on the circuit. Here is Immortal then, who's fourth in the championship then. So Keza then, who has gone up into second then and is squeezed in front of Noob Potato and TK then. Yeah, if you're in front of anyone, if you're in front of Murphy in any championship at all, then you must be a good driver. Having said that, then I'm going to toot my horn here, because I beat Dan Murphy in the wet in Spain about 5 or 6 years ago now, it feels like. Oh, Dylan are almost getting a bit squirrely. But to be honest, we're not going to go through the details then, because the only reason why I beat him is because I think I had one stop less than him, and I think that he was also on the wrong tires as well, I think, in a very rain-affected Grand Prix. But never mind, that's just minor details, isn't it? Because of the fact that at the end of the day, I won. Dylan now down the mini stadium sector as well, and before accelerating away and going through the S as well, and the rain is eased off, I think, then. So I'm wondering now if we've got good on intermediate tyres. Farfus also thinking about the the intermediate tyres as well. So I'm wondering if we might get intermediate tyres before the end of this session. So the drivers are very much going to be on their tippy toes here. Here's Dylan then, as of course he's third in the World Championship. Remember, I need to say this a lot more, don't I, really? Because I am absolutely shamefully I haven't said it too enough. Kez has gone faster by just over 7,000 of a second now. there, 8,000 seconds to be precise there. Very impressive time indeed there for Keza, making his debut tonight, as I mentioned earlier on there. But what need to be, oh goodness me, Dylan taking 4 bites of the cherry just to get around the Nigel Mansell turn. He's already seen one victim there tonight then, and I don't think Dylan wants to be the second victim, just to reaffirm then that Dylan, of course, is the Bronze World Champion. I need to say it more, don't I? Of course, he is the third ever Bronze World Champion, and he is third in the Silver Championship tonight, as it stands at the moment. And I think that the reason why I don't say it enough, I think, is because I forget, don't I? We forget that Dylan is, remember, a rookie in ALR Silver, isn't there? Because, of course, he won the Bronze Championship last season, and he stormed straight to Silver, and he stormed straight to the top of the standings as well in Silver. Yeah, he's a very impressive driver indeed then. Dylan doesn't like to hang around, does he? Remember, he did win Bronze, didn't have the full season last season, did he? But I think in 11 events, it really showed his class, didn't he? I'm watching Senna with the lovely George Russell helmet design there. Lovely stuff indeed. And as he comes out the Paratada as well for Senna, but he's in the pits at the moment. Senna is there. Look at the puddles of water all over the pit entry then. So, but we are expecting the rain to disperse there, don't we? Slightly then. But there is intermediate tyres now for Baguette then. Of course, she is on the run of Senna's out of the qualifying, and that's a shock to say the very least. Cirrus Mushroom goes 8 fast, and Gordo's gone fast. And of course, Gordo, who's done 5 laps on the intermediate tyres now, there because he selected the intermediate tyres right from the get-go. New Potatoes also come out on the intermediates as well. We got Baguette, who's on the back of a fantastic 5th position, no, 2nd position in Cobalt last week. Then, of course, absolutely fine start indeed. Slayer is in the wall, I think. Then Slayer's out of qualifying. Oh dear, oh dear. And he has gone off in the same place that FIFA Beefy has. We've lost 3 drivers in this qualifying session. That's a humongous smash there from Slayer, as he is really plastered down the side of the pit barrier there, unfortunately. Baguette starts her lap as well then. What about Florin then? Florin, who's down 18th position in the World Championship, but remember, he is only just signed with the McLaren team. He goes across the line. He is 6 fast at the moment on wet tyres. I think you've got to be very much on it here tonight, isn't it? With the intermediate tyres and the wet tyres now in playing. I think the intermediate tyres are the quicker tyre at the moment there, as Gordo is really shown some good speed as well. Got another yellow flag out there as well, as when the Ferraris there was just getting out of the way, but looks like as Ron Board Baguette also sporting the lovely George Russell helmet as well. And, of course, some drivers may be sporting the blue helmets tonight then, of course, in memory of one of the greatest team managers, one of the greatest team bosses, a pioneer of Formula 1 in the form of Sir Frank Williams, of course, and is Williams Racing Team. This has been in Formula 1 then for quite a long period of time. I think it's the second most successful British team in Formula 1, and it's in. I think that I haven't really updated myself on the successful constructors, but when I first started watching F1, Williams were the third most successful constructor in Formula 1 history. Of course, in the mid '90s, and they were really the team to beat, weren't they? Fantastic champions as well, where they won at the 92 championship. Paige Baguette goes 10 fastest, where they won the 92 championship with Nigel Mansell, the 93 championship with Alan Prost, his 4th and final championship. In 94, they missed out on the championship by 1 point from Damon Hill, but of course, Williams had a horrific season, didn't they, really, with the loss of Ayrton Senna, of course, when he was only in his 3rd Grand Prix for the Williams team. So I'm talking of Williams, here comes Fangio in the middle part of the lap as well. Of course, 95 was a season to forget for Williams as well, as unfortunately both him, I think arguably Williams had the best car in 95, but Hill wasn't really on it, and David Coulthard was only a rookie. That's why I keep telling myself anyway. As unfortunately we just see Fangio invalidate his time, so he's going to go around again. New Potato now on the intermediate tyres are looking very strong indeed then, so good stuff indeed there for New Potato. Just carrying on with our Williams story then. Of course, 96, so Damon Hill finally got his world championship. He's the first of 2 father-son combination world champions, as Ariel almost, I think that they did go in the wall there, repulse and Ariel then, but luckily I don't think they damaged the car too much as they went square on there, but it's looking very precarious out there indeed then, and oh my word, that's a humongous smash there, and Ariel in their first qualifying session is out of qualifying there, as I think that was an aquaplane, right into the barrier. That's a humongous smash there. There's no protection there in the barrier, and that is our Both Aston Martins are out of qualifying. Unfortunately, we've lost Slayer and FIFA Beefy as well. It's quite a perilous qualifying session here. It's far steamed out of the garage there. My goodness me. Sir Tommy, even though then even into from J-Dog as well. Wet race? No, it's going to be a dry event here tonight, my good sirs. But it's going to be a wet qualifying. But Gordo reckons it may dry up towards the end of this one then. On board of Fanjo at the moment as he is just navigating his way through the S as well. Gordo just in front of us. Reflections has gone into a very tidy third position now. It's a great top there from Reflections. Very good 17th there. Keza is 4/10 of a second up in the second split here then. Nope, the second split is coming up now then. Let's see then what it is 1.3 seconds quicker. Keza's in the second intermediate split time. Serious Russian just in front of us now. Keza then, of course, as I said, then this is his debut tonight then. Oh gosh, I almost broke my bed. Serious Russian now just getting out of the way then. Keza then, who's going to try and help the Alfa Romeo team now jump at the constructors a bit as well. Keza out of farm turning car 23 then across the line, fastest as well by 400 a second, I say, then from New Potato. Then Keza then, what an incredible debut it would be if he gets on pole position here in silver. Fantastic as Mr. reminiscent of Jacques Villeneuve in the almost has gone fast that in the Williams in 1996. Anyway, let me carry on with me Williams story, shall we? Well, I will, but we got a McLaren who's just parked in a very obscure place. I think the Florian was just getting out of the way then, so very gentlemanly there from Florian. Good stuff indeed. Baguette has just got 6 fast. Both Alfa Romeos are looking quite strong at this stage of proceedings. So good stuff indeed then. Of course, Baguette is replacing the ill Marsky tonight. Of course, Marsky, we hope you get well. We hope you get well soon. Then, of course, as Marsky, we're looking forward to seeing him back in Brazil in a week's time. Of course, Baguette, who is just on an in-lap mode, and New Potato's gone fast still, and the time's starting to tumble. Then as the rain has eased off, and as the water is now being dispersed back up into the sky where it came from. As 3 minutes ago in this qualifying session, so New Potato is now quicker still. He's had a rotten season, New Potato has, hasn't he? Yellow flag. It's when the Alfa Romeo, the Alpine cars is having a couple of issues. I don't know, wasn't it? It's the Alpha Tauri. On board a far fender down the medium stadium sector then. Let me carry on my Williams story then. Called 96 there, Damon Hill there won the 96 championship. Kez has gone fast still by 10th a second, or just under a 10th a second there from New Potato. Very impressive stuff indeed there from the top two. And Motor has also put himself in the ballpark as well with third position there. And I think Dylan's also moved himself over the fourth. Lovely stuff indeed there. Jacques Villeneuve was the last of the Williams drivers to win a championship back in 97. I think that was also the last in the Williams that won the Constructors' Championship as well. And as Renault pulled out, didn't they? And then Williams had the Mechachrome engine, didn't they, in 98, and they had a very interesting livery design, wasn't it? Red then. It just didn't feel right there, Williams in a red car rather than the beautiful Rotham's livery. Farf goes 5th fast, and of course I feel that Farf's got something to prove tonight. I think that no disrespect to Farf, but I think he's had a bit of a disappointing season, really, as we're on board TK at the moment then in the Alpine car. I was thinking that Farf in Serious Russian was going to be a superb combination now, along with the Williams of Maldonado and New Potato. I thought it was going to be them 4 drivers that are really challenging and pushing each other along there, and I thought it's going to be those two challenging for the Constructors' Championship. That hasn't proved to be there. As Reflections there, it's out of qualifying. Hopefully that doesn't become a problem there. Gordo also out of qualifying as well, as I think they're safe and sound in the pit. Bradfield is just out at the moment then. Florin is invalidated this time. Serious Mushrooms improved slightly then. Here's Wilson then, and we've also got Sir Tommy, who hasn't set a time just yet, and with less than a minute to go in this qualifying session here. J-Dog, come on, Farf, and the Big Mushroom there. God, I really enjoyed just doing the laps there. I'm in too late then. Please, someone don't improve. So Wilson improves to 9th fastest in the McLaren. Baguette is out of qualifying. As I think she's just coming the pits out to retire then as well. So good somebody there for Baguette, as I think that should see her safely through. Young Tommy, the champion at the moment, is currently out of qualifying at the moment. Now, yes, we've lost Slayer and FIFA Beef, but FIFA Beefy is currently through. Fanjo. Young Tommy is out of qualifying here, goodness me, and he's made a major critical error here for the AlphaTauri team. I need to work out whether whether the AlphaTauri can win the Constructors' Day, then, which I really need to pull my finger out and try and work that out there, because I'm sure I said last week that they can win the Constructors, but then I didn't actually put my working out there. And of course, as your maths teacher always used to say then, always make sure you show your working out at the margins. there. Sir Young Tommy is out of qualifying. This is a huge shock then for the AlphaTauri and for the champion. Oh dear, oh dear. So Young Tommy then, who's had 5 Grand Prix wins this season, on board Fanjo. He needs to just get I think a representable time on the board should be doable here. FIFA Beefy is 30.3 there. Is I think beatable in these conditions now, but Fanjo is all over the track then, isn't he? He's really struggling to keep this car on the island here. And now going into the baseball stadium sector as well. Dylan's gone fast there as one, and now Immortal's gone fast still. There, I think that there's a lot of gamesmanship. Oh no, Fanjo is out of qualify as well, and he is going to be furious that that's 2 major participants then. And Fanjo, who's a bit on pole position more often than not, is not going to be today. He is down in 16th position there, and that is a major blow indeed. That we have lost both Aston Martin said of Ariel and Senna. Then as Ariel's unfortunately Sir Tommy now doing a lovely donut here, and of course it's the best place to do donuts, isn't it? Here in Mexico, it's a beautiful city, and it's also one of the best podiums on the calendar. Both Aston Martins are on road 10, and Senna 20th, 19th for Ariel. Sir Young Tommy's going to be down in 18th position now. Jake the Slayer is down in 17th position. We got Fanjo in 16th, and he made a mistake at that corner just where the Haas car is going now in 16th position. FIFA Beef will be in 15th as well then. And so is Young Tommy then. We're just on board with Young Tommy. He's going to get the score for a minute, and he will have to start from the back of the field, unfortunately. So he needs to get a move on, as TK has also retired from the session as well, but he's safe and sound back in the garage then. Aston Martin then are going to be on the back row of the grid then, but Young Tommy is also, Sir Tommy, Young Tommy has been disqualified from the session, so he will start 20th on the grid then. Unfortunately, he made a mistake then, which is a shame, but we'll carry on. So that's a shame now for Young Tommy out qualifying. So Immortal ends at very interesting qualifying one. Fastest so far, Immortal currently in third. 4th position in the championship. As Dylan has leapfrogged himself back up in the third as well. Keza, that's his first qualifying session in ALR, and he has finished a very respectable third. Very impressive stuff indeed. That as Wilson has very much been singing his praise as well. And when you're only 32 points in front of Murphy, you've got to be pretty impressive indeed. Then so Young Tommy the champion, and it's going to start 20th on the grid. Then Senna in 19th position, Ariel 18th, Slayer 17th, 16th Fanjo, and 15th is FIFA Beef, who lost 6 drivers in that opening qualifying session. Quite an expensive qualifying session for the teams there, and they're going to have to get some fixes going then before we start to carry on then. Before we start to get to the race then. German has asked, what's my favourite Easter egg? Well, no, to be honest, it's an easy one. That is, I love Cadbury's cream egg. I really do. I like biting the top off then and just and then getting the bit from the inside. And to be honest, I'm not a fan of German now because I really want one of those Cadbury's cream eggs. Oh, they only sell them on Easter, don't they? Which is absolutely a travesty, isn't it? I love it if they was all year round, but then again, they wouldn't feel as special, would they? Gordo is thinking about the medium tarts, and he was one of the early ones on the intermediates. I'm not sure if the medium tarts are going to be available just yet. Then, but I have been wrong before. I remember in USA, I think it was in COBALT. I couldn't believe that drivers were out on the dry tires, but they really were indeed. It just shows the downforce on these Formula 1 cars is pretty phenomenal, to say the very least, then, isn't it? Serious Mushroom, even though good evening to Serious Mushroom as well. Podium tonight, Serious Mushroom then. Serious Mushroom's got nope. We've also got Young Tommy, there we go then. Give me that P20 then. Bradfield not using a set of inters, and that's what helped him then. J-Dog looking strong tonight. Big Mush then. Serious Mushroom is wet. I like the wet, but the race is dry. Laugh out loud then. As Bugordo says, gotta love a cream egg. Yes, you do indeed then. I do love a cream egg, and I must say that I'm really, Gertman has really got me taste going for it now. I was like, oof, good gosh, that. Right then, anyway, yes, so let's carry on, shall we then? Because the more I talk about the food, the more my belly's going to rumble. And the more my belly rumbles, the more it sounds like there's a thunderstorm behind me, as I do have a very big old gut then. But I need a big gut, especially in this type of the year, because of course I usually go into hibernation. All right, we're on board. As we're now on board with TK then, who's just on an outlap at the moment now. So TK in the Alpine car. There's it's Gordo just shared a lovely bit of information there. Of course, Gordo, our Ted Kravitz down the pit lane, is just mentioning that Jeff reckons it's going to dry. The rain is going to carry on for 10 minutes before drying up then, which means you'll have a dry qualifying 3, maybe even a potential dry end of qualifying 2. However, and we've seen how dry it was last night. Because it wasn't raining qualifying last night, and it dried up very quickly indeed in qualifying 3. A very impressive times indeed there last night as well. Out the final turn then for TK, and he's about to start off lap then is Fanjo and Tommy has just had a bit of banter about their quali laps then. Across the line then TK goes out and he's about to start his lap as well. And going down the back straight. No DRS of course, and there's 3 DRS zones here in Mexico. Down the start-finish straight here then, this is probably the predominant of the overtaking opportunities around this circuit. Of course, then we've got another DRS zone there coming up here out of turn 3 into turn 4, and that was when Verstappen, Ricciardo, and Verstappen, there's 2 Verstappens, well there has been 2 Verstappens, of course there's Max, and of course Jos the boss there, who participated in F1 between 94 and 2003. A very good innings there for Jos Verstappen there, as he drove in numerous teams, didn't he? Verstappen did, of course. He started off his career with the Benetton team before going to the Simtech team in 95. Unfortunately, only under 6 races for the Simtech. The Simtech, 5 races, because Simtech pulled out of Formula 1 after the Monaco Grand Prix, which I also like to share that is the... I also like to show that was the last time that Formula 1 had 26 cars on the grid then. That's the last time Formula 1 had a full grid then. I'd love to see 26 cars on the grid again, but never mind. Wishful thinking. TK then just into the final party lap as well. Then of course Verstappen then went on to the footwork team, which of course was the Irish team. I don't even know why they were called the footwork team. Probably one of the worst team names ever, along with Racing Point. Out of the final turn then TK comes and he goes fast as hell on 25.8. Just shows how rapid the track is becoming then. What about Gordo? I'm going to Gordo's just starting his lap now then. Here comes New Potato out of the final turn as well. He goes into faster motor by 4/10 of a second now, but Dylan goes into a 26 there for Dylan. You can see that there's a drier line starting to form now where the cars have been going round and round. Then V Todd in full fastest there. I think V Todd then had a brilliant race last time out in USA, didn't it? It went pretty bad in the opening couple of laps and even the first half, but the second half was pretty impressive. Motor there is faster than then. He is trying to steal slipstream now of Reflections, who's the slowest of the time runner so far in the Ferrari on a 27 there. Keza out of final turn then. This is Keza's debut here tonight, then doing a superb job then, and Keza is currently third fast in the Alfa Romeo. Paige Baguette then, who is just navigating her way out of the Nigel Mansell turn then. Ellis has joined us in the comments there as well with a lot of laugh out loud, then he must be having a ball of a time then at the moment. Here comes Gordo, who's in the Ferrari. In about age time, Gordo has them, but that is where the third and final DRS zone is around here. Not sure which spurt to the stadium sector as well. Camera racer, hello, Serious Rush. Come on, we'll see a podium here as well. Cream eggs are decent, one of the better ones that. One of the better ones that is Gordo, they're just trying to get out of the way. Whatever, I do quite like the Nestle chocolate ones as well. I think that I'm thinking of those like there was like a soccer ball one, wasn't there? I can't remember if it was a Skittles one or not, but those are delightful. I think that that was quite a number of years ago now when I last had that chocolate. Absolutely superb stuff indeed. That. Yes, I do love a good old chocolate. I'm sure that I really enjoyed the Maltesers egg as well, actually, last Easter. I think that's my favourite time of the year, really, is Easter. I just love chocolate. We're just watching, as you can tell from my physique, we're just watching Serious Mushroom, who is just into the mini stadium sector as well, as we already mentioned in the commentary. He does enjoy the rain, doesn't he? Serious Mushroom doesn't he? He's enjoying himself out there at the moment, but he is not looking forward to the dry session at the race itself. Kesa goes fast, 2/10 of a second in front of a Mortal. Pretty impressed. Then Serious Mushroom car was trying to rotate there. Serious Mushroom had to correct the car, and he would have lost a lot of time there. When I say a lot of time in Formula 1 terms. And here comes car 39. And remember, Serious Mushroom got his Grand Prix win in the Grand Prix of Japan there a couple of seasons ago, when he and Liam had an absolutely incredible dice to the final in the final stage of Japan as well. But Serious Mushroom repelled it, finished blocked to Haas's incredible run there, or ended Haas's incredible run of 7 Grand Prix wins in a row in that title season here. Then Serge Russia goes 7 fast there, as so I think that they can go a bit quicker than that as well, because there's a lot of time on the board, I feel. Florin down the mini same sector as well. Smithfield Mighty go on silver with an exclamation mark. Oh, and it's also Derby against someone tonight as well. As, I didn't read the other team there, which is absolutely shameful behaviour as well. On board Florin, then, who's coming for the S as well. Look how perilous these S's are in the rain now. The car just wants to spin off, doesn't it? And when these cars go, they go quite quickly, don't they, as well? These very big and heavier machines as well. Remember, this is next season then for ALR and for PB. Then when we merge into one league, it will be the last time that these current era Formula 1 cars before we go to the 2022 rules, and which was meant to be 2021. Florin goes 6 faster in the McLaren. Now, of course, he'll be very happy with that, and 18 points so far for Florin in the McLaren. And McLaren would like to get him some more points on the board then. Baguette goes into 10 fast, and Baguette is on a rich run of form after her first podium of her career in ALR back in the United States Grand Prix just under a week ago in COBALT. A superb drive out from Baguette as she decided to go onto the medium tyres. That didn't stop again. It was a great... as Wilson now, as 3/10 up in the second split time. There's a bit of debris as well then, so McLaren has lost the end plate. He has lost the end plate there from Wilson, and he is just recovering back to the pit. Gordo is hoping it dries up then. Fangio is going to have a nice snooze then before the formation lap then. Of course, that is the best way to approach qualifying, is that there with a snooze if you're a competitor. Of course, when you're a if you're in qualifying, that's not a very good time to have a snooze, is it really? We're just watching Fangio again then, who is on the McLaren now, as we just seen V Todd, who moves to a very impressive third position there. V Todd is 200 a second, or just under 200 a second away from a Immortal at the moment now, because their Gordo is hoping it dries up there. And Gordon saying didn't even get a lap on the board. They're down in 13th position now. Farf also out on the track as well. Gordon and Farf are the only 2 drivers that haven't set a time on the board just yet then. Florin now just out of the final turn as well then. And he has gone fast as well then. Goodness me, and that looks very impressive indeed there from Florin, didn't it? Resting the car out of the Nigel Mansell turn. Here comes Farf, of course, a Grand Prix winner in silver. He's won 3 times in gold. He's only won once in silver though, Farf has. However, Farf has got a lot less experience in the silver division, I think. On board now with the multiple Grand Prix winner from gold. Then there's Farf down the far end part of the circuit and accelerating away. Farf on 60 points this season. I think that Farf, who's had a podium this season and a fast lap as well, and he's also had a driver of the day award. But however, unfortunately for Farf, he has got the 3rd highest DNFs of the season, which is I think his Achilles heel in Farf is. But that's the beauty of Farf, as he does enjoy a bit of wheel-to-wheel action, doesn't he, Farf? And that sometimes does get him into a bit of mischief, doesn't it? However, we love it, don't we? Of course, all the fans that are watching here tonight. Of course, talking of DNFs, the man with the least DNFs then is actually the champion. Young Tommy has not had a single DNF at all this season. That is why he is the champion. Farf goes at 9 faster, 3/10 a second away from Serious Mushroom. So I think Farf might be a bit concerned about that, because he's definitely very much in the danger zone now. A 10th of a second improvement there for Immortal. He goes faster. He's got triple purple there, or triple magenta then, depending on your point of view there. But he's fastest and Immortal is so far. 5 minutes to go in this qualifying session. We are expecting the rain to stop in the not too distant future. And there's Serious Mushroom invalidate this time then. We have got Farf. Is he going for another time run as well? I don't think he is by the looks of that. And he's harvesting there. Dylan has not improved here, but Dylan has done 6 laps on these intermediate tyres now then, before coming into the chicane of 1, 2 and 3 as well, before accelerated away. And I think Dylan is also cruising back to the pit lane as well then. So Dylan is Gordo was thinking about going on dry tyres, and the rain is still coming down, but look at how light it is now. And so I think that the rain is not far away from stopping here, and I'm wondering, I don't think it's going to be, I don't think there's enough time there for the drivers to come for the drivers to go onto the slick compound tyres and the dry tyres. And I think that intermediate is probably going to be the order of the day then for the remaining session as well. The rain has now stopped then, as we're on board with Dylan here then. V Todd is retired from the session. Now the track's only going to get quicker now. I think that might be a mistake there for V Todd, unfortunately. Oh dear, oh dear. So that is So that may be a mistake there from Pete Totten, who I think is the qualifying specialist of silver, isn't it? Everyone sees the qualifying specialist silver then, but Fangio, who has had 6 pole positions in 9 events so far, he would only have 6 pole. I say only have 6 pole positions in 10 events, of course, as he didn't have a very good qualifying session here tonight. He is down near the back of the grid, unfortunately. Unfortunately, Fangio is there, so he's got a lot of overtaking to do tonight, as has young Tommy as well, who is at 20th and last on the grid then after being disqualified from the session now, albeit I think he was just celebrating his championship, wasn't he? However, the AlphaTauri will be too impressed. I don't think it was AlphaTauri who would be who of course will be wanting young Tommy there to get the maximum point score tonight, so they can clinch the Constructors' Championship, of course, then, which is definitely going to be very much on the agenda then for the AlphaTauri team then, as of course there is only 132 points left then, so AlphaTauri at the end of this one then. So basically what that means is that the Constructors' Championship, Mercedes have to score 3 points at least, or 3 points at the very minimum, more than AlphaTauri to keep the championship alive then. So I think that the AlphaTauri team may have won this constructor. Well, it's not over till it's over, isn't it? Far across the line now, improved by half a second. But yeah, AlphaTauri on the verge of being crowned the constructors' champions then of ALR Silver this season, but very much almost as formidable as that incredible Haas duo of Liam Muir and German from last season. Back in season 2 then, but I got to say, Dylan and young Tommy have been pretty equally formidable as well. We'll look at the stats at the end. I know the stats doesn't tell the whole story in Formula 1, but I love a good stat, and we'll have a look at the stats because we'll let the stats decide then who is the better duo. But it's been pretty impressive, hasn't it, from Dylan, and I think Liam Muir won 2 Grand Prix, didn't he, in that season 2, and I think Liam Muir's won 2 Grand Prix in that season. I'm sure that so did I'm thinking that this season as well, Dylan's won 2 Grand Prix as well, hasn't he? So just taking a look then, Jamie Enright saying, what's up? Good evening to Jamie Enright, a former bronze driver, wasn't it? Enright was as into the pits there comes Noob Jump. Surprised not more drivers are out there, as Farfar is taking a shortcut there. That is not going to count for his bank account there. Farfar isn't there, he's 8 tenths a second up, but Farfar, unfortunately, that's not going to help him. We got Wilson, who's 3 tenths a second up in the second split. Tom Gore saying, shame we don't take an extra set of intermediate tyres in the qualifying free. I'm not sure if you need those intermediate tyres for qualifying free. Wilson there on the cusp, and he's got into qualifying free at the moment there, but I'm not sure if that's going to be enough. But look at how quickly the track is drying there. You've seen the water just evaporating off of the track surface there. That's pretty impressive. That's pretty good a visual there. So on board Gordon, then the track is just going to dry quite quickly here because we are in Mexico City. It is quite hot around here when it's not raining there. You can see though the surface is very much greasy still. Yellow flag down the stadium sector is one of the Red Bulls who is just getting past one of the AlphaTauri cars, and that is Dylan, who's on the soft tyres there. Dylan is then, so Dylan there who's rolling the dice. I'm wondering if Dylan there he's very precariously close to the drop zone as well. The final turn then, here comes Gordo across the line. Gordo goes 10 fast and said he's 6 tenths a second in front of Wilson there, but Florian goes up to second position. Gordo's 6 tenths a second in front of Wilson there, but I'm not sure if that's going to be comfortable then, because the track is just going to get quicker and quicker here on board the Red Bull. Then there is in the background there is Dylan. Dylan hasn't made it to the checker flag then, so he isn't going to start a time on the slick tires, but that might be some information gathering there from Dylan. Bradfield goes into 7th fastest there. Well, if Dylan don't make it through here, then that information may not be too relevant to him at all. Across the line there comes Sirius Bishop. He stays 7th fastest. A good start time indeed there from Sirius Bishop. Gordo is 34 second down in the first split time. Wilson improved by 10th of a second, but it's not enough. DRS has now been enabled. Page down in 14th after her final run there. What about Gordo then? So Gordo is the last man there on circuit. And can he knock Dylan out here? And that'll be a statement of intent there for the Ferrari driver. Gordo, who's on supreme form at the moment. Gordo isn't he? A superb run of form as well, as Gordo has scored in the last 4 events. He's had 2 podiums in the last 4 events as well. Pretty impressive. They got second in Japan. He got third in Russia as well. USA and Singapore is a bit of, he only got ninth position, no two Grand Prix, but that was still pretty impressive indeed there for Gordo. And he's now coming out of turn, out of the Nigel Mansell turn as well. He is on his way. Is it going to be enough? And he's targeting a 36 flat here, and it's a 36 flat then, very close there, but 700 a second away from Dylan. If he got a DRS activation a couple of a fraction earlier, I think he would have got through there. But Gordo out of qualifying, he's 11th on the grid then, but he gets to choose whatever tires he wants to start the Grand Prix on that. So Gordo will be 11th, I believe. I don't think he'll be too disappointed about that. Dylan there just making it through by the skin of his nose code, but however, Dylan does have an extra lap now of knowledge on those soft tyres, doesn't he? And that's probably what he was trying to do. He was lucky to get through in a qualifying free there, but Dylan does have an advantage of an extra lap then, which may be crucial. And can Dylan get his first pole position of his silver career in ALR tonight then? Of course, he's already got 2 Grand Prix wins around. Look how dry the track is now. And everyone else gets a free choice of tyres as well. I'm done for this race. Oh, goodness me. Yeah, I completely forgot about that, actually. Because it's because we've had a wet qualifying session and going to have a dry race, or it seems to. Everyone does get to choose their tyres that are set that fast. They get to choose whatever tyres they want for the race as well. Of course, if it was a dry session, then it would have been whatever tyres you get into qualifying free on. You would have had to start the race on. You would think that I don't commentate often, wouldn't you? But it's not like I've been watching F1 for basically 75% of my life, but I still forget that rule. Right then, but I'm not sure if they're getting rid. There's rumours they're getting rid of that rule for 2022. I'm not sure what I think of that or not. Then, right then, right, so then out of qualifying is Gordo, Wilson, Reflections, and Baguette, and all out of the race. And both Ferraris have not been knocked out of qualifying 2 here in the Mexican Grand Prix. I was saying, nah, mate, don't say that. Then anything can happen in the race. Then it's Gordo, who's a bit unhappy with that event there in qualifying now. Vintage evening all as hello to Vintage as well, and he'll be in action for bronze tomorrow night, of course, then on the ALR YouTube channel. And that track looks very dry to me, and it's soft tires for everyone. The soft tires is the order of the day. Then they've got so many tires that is going to be small for choice. The drivers are. So let's see how this one progress said. Medium tires for New Potato. Then I'm surprised by that one. I think that of course you would probably want to use the fastest tires then, as this is going to be setting the grid from pole position to 10th on the grid there. As TK is the first driver out on circuit. Then it is quite a longish the lap around here. It's not too long, but are they going to be able to get 3 time runs in here? I think that it's going to be too tight for 3 runs there, but we'll find out nonetheless. Out lap for TK, out lap for Keza, out lap for Bradfield as well. And there is a string of cars coming out onto the circuit now here in Mexico. Remember, this is round 17 out of 20 in the World Championship in silver. The championship has been done and dusted. The drivers out, the constructors may also be sorted as well. And Mercedes needs to score. Well, needs to score at least 3 points to keep themselves in the constructors by the end of this one, at the very least, and that's the minimum requirement for Mercedes tonight. We'll keep an eye on that one towards the end of tonight as well. I hope that someone's got their calculator in play, because I certainly don't, because I've actually lost my other mobile device, which is not very good at all, because that would have been my calculator. Maybe I should just go out and buy one from Home Bargains, perhaps. And do they do calculator in Home Bargains? I don't know. I don't go in there too often. Last time I went there was a nightmare. Yes, I'm not a fan of the old home economic shop or whatever it is. And good gosh, take me to a game station or something like that, or HMV. HMV is not even. Is HMV still around? I don't think it is it? Well, just go on Amazon really. Out the final turn, and then TK then just going to start us up swelling. So yeah, DRS now enabled, and look at this. Absolutely beautiful day here in Mexico. Now, so goodness me, I'm going to get me legs out, I think, and absolutely just bask in the sunshine. No time for TK or anyone else to get their legs out, of course, though, as they are going to be in the cars, and they're going to be trying to go as quickly as they can around this circuit. And out 1, 2, and 3, and DRS on the back straight as well. Then, of course, the drivers get a beep in the ear, don't they, when the DRS is activated. Then I'm wondering if anyone's going to get a cheeky bit of slipstream now, and I think that Bradfield in the Red Bull, the only Red Bull in this qualifying session now, who's of course, I may have got a cheeky slipstream now. Unfortunately, Slayer was in the black barrier, and a humongous crash indeed. That camera racer, and he is going for pole. Vintage Mushroom decided to qualify in qualifying 2. Then Will said, done a big extra shop at in Home Bargains on Saturday. Got a load of stuff packed. Couldn't wait to get it out there. I'm one. Bradfield is off the circuit. Goodness me, we'll have to talk about the Christmas shopping later on because Bradfield is off the circuit now. I think he must have had a visit to Home Bargains as well, but goodness me, he's going to have to try and bargain with Red Bull then to get his car sorted out before the Grand Prix. TK has gone fastest then on a 15.6 starts on the way, but Keza in his debut has got 0.6 of a second quicker and is on pole position then for the Mexican Grand Prix. Here, what about the Mercedes team? And Mercedes is a big day today to just try and stop the Alpha Tower from winning the Constructors then. However, it's a big ask indeed that Dylan has gone across the line. He invalidated his first time. So the Mortal as well. V Todd hasn't. He's gone third fastest in the Mercedes as well. There's one of the Alpha Towers. I think that was Dylan. Here is V Todd then coming underneath me as well. Florence invalidated his time as well. Here's Cirrus Merchant. I feel like we got the old version of Cirrus Merchant back tonight. That's great to see. He's had a bit of a I think this is, in terms of stats, this has not been his best season in silver, but of course that is it's also I think that Cirrus Merchant does adapt to the cars beautifully, doesn't he? And he's gone full fast there, and it's great to see Cirrus Merchant back at the sharp end of things. It's great to see Potato also up there as well. I'm loving seeing New Potato then. He's had a pretty rough run of luck, hasn't he? Potato has. Florin has gone very quick in the first side, so very impressive. 17 then as we go, they come through fast and furious, and here comes Immortal then going underneath me as well. Immortal has had 3 pole positions in his career in silver thus far into the stadium sector as well then, as the car is trying to just try to get away from it as well. Finch saying, go on Keza, he is carrying on pole position by 4/10 of a second. Out of the front of the turn, I was scared myself, and Immortal's quicker by a 10th of a second now. Wow, incredible stuff indeed then. What about Dylan now? Where is Dylan? Here he comes, and there he goes. He is 6th fastest for Dylan. Yellow flag then. Yellow flag is think that someone's off his Potato. He's got off the circuit. What about Florin? Florin is, he's lost the whole of the wing section. Florin has there, so he's quick in the first sector, but unfortunately it's come unraveled there. Mortal on pole position with Keza alongside on row 1. An absolutely fantastic 17 then. Serious Mushroom, seriously nice helmet then. Of course, everything the Mushroom does is very serious indeed then. It's great stuff there from Serious Mushroom. Serious Mushroom has kept that helmet design for a couple of number of races as well. I do love it when drivers keep their helmet designs there. Very much a bit of an old school feel, isn't it, for drivers to change to keep their helmet designs into pits. Because Potato has unfortunately had a mishap in sector 2. As Dylan now has just now come back in the pits. Well, I've got 6 minutes to go in this qualifying session there. I think that we've only got time for 2 runs here, haven't we? And oh my goodness me, and I think I should have had that chocolate bar before I came on out, and as I got a whisper staring at me now, and oh my word, let me just throw it over there. Oh no. Okay, never mind. Right, so Dylan now just coming back into the pit set as well. We've got Keza coming out quite early on here. I wonder if Keza's going to prove me wrong and try and do 3 time runs. And they got plenty of tires, and as I said, there's going to be tires coming out of their ears here tonight, isn't there? After we've had a wet qualifying session, it's transitioned into a dry session now. Setter's gone hello Setter. Setter is 19th on the grid, I think, in the Aston Martin tonight. Then, of course, this is for debut tonight for Senna, isn't it? So hopefully, has a good race along with the other 20 drivers. Then, Sergio saying, if you rub it, it splits. Goodness me, we have got Kez who is just on the mini bike straight, isn't it? Before we go into the stadium sector as well. Of course, and a talking of which, and last night Danger Toms did win his 2nd Grand Prix win of his career, didn't he? Gurman there was, as we heard in the interviews, like Gurman, who has now got a 41-point lead in the Gold Championship. So Gurman could be crowned. Gurman could be crowned the world champion in Brazil in a week's time, of course. And Gurman does have some bad memories of Brazil, though, because he got a puncture, didn't he, when he was about to be crowned champion of silver. And of course, it went on to that dramatic final showdown of silver season 2 between Murphy and Gurman there. And goodness gracious me, but Gurman this season has been pretty imperious, hasn't he? And he will have 3 races to go then to really clinch that. He has 3 chances to clinch the championship there. Gurman does a 41-point lead over Emerson then. Emerson is 2nd in the World Championship with 3 races to go then, 41 points then. So yes, and there's only going to be 52 on the table by the end of Brazil then. So yes, Gurman's first attempt there of winning the championship. He could have won the race yesterday as well, which would have put him on the cusp of the championship. Really is. I think that he would have been able to finish. Probably would have been able to just finish 9th or 10th position if my maths is right then, and that would have been fine. just on board now. As Ariel saying he's tired, but hopefully he'll get up and run into ready to go in a minute. And of course, as Ariel said, he said it's 20th, I'm 19th. I think as Tez has gone pole position and for the Mexican Grand Prix, and it's just over 2 tenths a second quicker than Kez. He's got 4 minutes to go in this session. I'm wondering if he can go for another run here. We could have an absolute barnstorming into qualifying, I feel. V Todd has found out 4 tenths of a second as well. I think that young Tommy's 20th, Ariel, center 19th and 18th position there. V Todd has had a appalling final sector there. He has lost a bit of time there. I think the young Tommy is actually 20th there for being disqualified in the session, unfortunately. So yeah, Aston Martin 19th and 18th then. Senna 19th, Ariel in 18th position now. We got a Mortal going down into turn 1 as well. We had an invalidation for New Potato, and V Todd is going for a second bite of chair as well. Remember that and there's V Todd as well. Mortal went off the circuit there. Farfish just trying to get out of the way there. Oh, one of the Haas cars had yellow flag there is when the Haas cars just get out of the way there and accelerating the way then. And let's see what he can do then. And going into the final couple, going accelerating out of the mini stadium sector as well then. And we're on board then with V Todd going through the S's as well. And yellow flag is fluttered in 2 as when the Haas cars just get out of the way their teammates, and very gentlemanly indeed that. Of course, both the Haas drivers are very gentlemanly drivers. And V Todd then is now 4 tenths of a second improvement in the second section, like he was in the last lap there. But V Todd, unfortunately, the final sector there, he just didn't have the, he just lost an abundance amount of time, didn't he? He lost over half a second here. What about this time around then? The yellow flag in sector 2 then is into the pits, comes to cancel that, so he is going to go for one more run. I feel that V Todd the final turn. V Todd goes third fastest there by 7 tenths of a second. That's a pretty good time there from V Todd. Really good stuff indeed. That Mortal is now running it up and letting it go again. And we're going to stick with Far for the minute then, because Far is just slightly in front of us, and Keza is on pole position in his debut here tonight alongside Immortal there. And we're also saying that now 16 races in the championship this season. Keza and Immortal have got 13 poles between them now. This season, that's pretty impressive stuff indeed. That's almost like McLaren's from 1988, where so I think Ayrton Senna, didn't he get like all pole? He got like didn't he get pole position like 13 of them, and Prost only got like 2 pole positions or something like that. It was ridiculously high, wasn't it, in 88? Of course, McLaren also won 15 of the 16 races in 1988 as well. They had quite a dominant car, didn't they? To say the very least, McLaren did there. But of course, the only race they didn't win is when the super sub in the Williams over Schlezer, was it what's his name, Schlezer, I think it was that, who unfortunately rammed Senna off the track in Italy when he was being lapped, when he's being lapped. Then I think it was a Ferrari 1-2, was it a very emotional 1-2 as well in Italy back in 88 then. Farfare, who is, let's see what his final time can be there, is he clumped the curve quite heavily there in the stadium sector there for Far. He would have lost a bit of time there, wouldn't he? But out of the final turn for Farfare, this has been a very good qualifying session tonight. Immortal is a second down then, so he's also had another problem. Immortal, I said, we'll leave him to it for the minute. What about New Potato? He's from 3 tenths a second then, out of the final turn, and Immortal goes 5th fast. He's on the 3rd row of the grid. That's fantastic there from Spud. Then Bryn 17. V Todd is retired from the session, and TK is out on circuit, and Dylan is a second down then, as Dylan is cruising back to the pits, and Keza is now going for his 3rd and final run then. So Keza's the only driver going for 3 runs here, which I'm quite surprised by, because I thought all the other drivers may have done the same as well. What is Farf doing? And Farf is 8900 second up in the first split time. So that is in the ballpark of where it needs to be to get in front of TK and make a Haas row 3 in this Grand Prix. Now that is exactly what Haas need, that as they have been very disappointed this season. Both the Haas drivers have, haven't they? But I think it's been a tough season in the Silver, because Silver once again then you go from hero to zero or zero to hero quite quickly in Silver, because it's that condensed the field is. And Immortal has made a mistake again, I feel then. In the he has made a mistake there, and he ain't going to get another run in there, so Immortal is not going to get pole position here, so Keza could potentially be on pole position for the first time in his airline career, in his debut here, but Farf has just really sprung a surprise and got up in the 3rd then. What about Sirius Mushroom? He is showing some impressive pace as well. Out the final turn down from Mushroom. He's 3rd. It's an all Haas row 2. Magnificent stuff there for the Haas team. Wow, impressive stuff indeed. New Potato is having a very good second sector factor here. Is it going to be enough, though? He needs to find a couple of tenths there, at least, and Immortals out of qualifying, and New Potatoes on second row of the grid. Then he was close, but no cigar. Kez has found them. Kez has found 1800 to a second there into the final couple of turns as well. And for Kez, he's coming on pole position for the first time in his career in ALR, and he's lowered the bar again by 2 tenths to a second. And here's Dylan, he's fourth. He's on the second row of the grid. Then he spills the Haas's party. And Florin is invalidated. His time is down 9th position in the McLaren. And what about TK? TK there is fourth fastest there as well. In his pole position for the first time in his career. In his first Grand Prix for Keza. And he is going to be very, very happy with that. He's going to be overjoyed with this result. Magnificent stuff indeed. Then Keza on his debut then is on pole position and for the Mexican Grand Prix. Absolutely fantastic stuff indeed in the and well, technically, Keza also ends a run of three pole positions there by Fanjo. Then, albeit Fanjo technically ended it himself and by not getting into qualifying free. But congratulations to Kez, pole position for the first time in their career in ALR on their debut. So very good stuff indeed. Then is Gordo is not looking forward to the first lap. I love the first lap, but that's because I'm an evil Knievel. Right then, Keza pole position then 2 tenths second in front of the former bronze champion New Potato. Immortal in third position, didn't get another run there. Immortal didn't even be kicking himself with that. TK a superb 5-wheel run there to finish fourth. Dylan in fifth position. It's a big day for Dylan there if he wants to keep hold of that third spot in the championship. Then top lap Keza, then nice lap mate as well from Chaza, and Wilson then is now building up to the start of the Grand Prix here in Mexico City. Then this is 4 more rounds to go. Remember that the AlphaTauri could win the Constructors Championship. Mercedes need to outscore AlphaTauri by 3 points at least said to keep the championship alive, and that's even without the AlphaTauri. No, I think that's the case, is it? Maybe, maybe. Then I do. Yeah, all I know is that AlphaTauri are 3 points away from winning the Constructors Championship here tonight. Then, right then, let's get on with the race itself. And shall we then, of course, the Silver Championships could be all wrapped up by the end of this one, but we have still got a lot of pride on the line, haven't we? Going into the final couple of races then. Goro's asking, is it medium soft or medium soft? Well, also what a lot then. Medium soft or soft medium soft then, Chaz was saying. Yeah, it's a 2-stop strategy around here. But when we was chatting to German last night, he was going to go. I think he was going to go soft at the end. I think, wasn't he? Right, we got because we're the drivers of sport for choice. Then they could pick whatever tires they want to start the race on. Of course, we've got a lovely evening event here in Silver, as it is going to be a late afternoon race as well. Then it's of course it really does show off a spectacular backdrop. Right then, Keza on pole position for the first time in their ALR career, in their first race. Well, they've done a Jacques Villeneuve there. Keza on pole position there for the Alfa Romeo team. And I think that's Alfa Romeo's first pole position of the season as well, if I'm not very much mistaken. I am not, so... Chad's on his debut in Alfa Romeo has really changed their philosophy on the season as well. And can Alfa Romeo then climb at the Constructors Championship? New Potato is alongside him on row 1. New Potato can't believe it. He hasn't got a win so far this season, has he? There, New Potato hasn't there. He's and this will be the first time in his Silver career if he doesn't get a win. He's got 4 races to keep up that winning streak. Then he's on the soft tires. Immortal also on soft as well. It's a long run down in turn 1, one of the longest of all the season. Then TK in 4th position on medium tires. Dylan on medium tires as well. 6th position is Cirrus Mushroom. Very good pace from Cirrus Mushroom in qualifying. Same with Farf as well. Both Haas drivers very high up there. VTOL in 8th position there. Florida in 9th on medium tires. And Bradfield in 10th on soft as well. Outside the top 10 then is Gordo in 11th position on the medium tires. And Wilson has gone soft then, as has Reflection as well on soft tires. Baguette is gone for medium tires then. FIFA Beefy in 15th position. His first start since the Italian Grand Prix. Is it going to be Rusty? He's on medium tires there. Fanjo, the only driver on the hard compound tires there in the Williams there. He made a mistake there. He ended his run of 3 pole positions in a row. Could potentially go for 4 tonight. He only driver on hard tires there. Slayer in 70th position had an almighty crash there, Slayer did, but that's because he's got a default helmet there. 18th position is Ariel. Soft tires there for Ariel then. He's going to be an aggressive opening run there for Ariel. Senna in 90th position there. This is first full time driver for Senna and ALR. Hopefully he does well then. And Sir Young Tommy and the champion champion is on 20th on the grid then, and AlphaTauri and him is going to have to do a lot of overtaking then. However, the Constructors Championship is almost within reach then as well. The red lights are on then, and here we get going then for the start of the Mexican Grand Prix, and the red lights are on, this lights out, and it is go for Mexico then, and here we go, and the McLaren Mercedes had a fantastic start, and he's just, he's bowing then, and Kez is under the caution already then, and look at Morton's going to be taking the lead then, he has got the race now, he's going to do it for Stafford into turn one, is he, and Keza and New Patel in his contact, and Keza's around then, and it's an appalling first start then, and Keza then, who's on pole position there, he's right down to the back of the field then, 3 into 1, don't go there, he had a bit of a squeeze there, and Morton leads with New Patel in second position there. New Patel was on the inside, wasn't he there? And we got TK dropping down there as well. Both the Haas cars have moved up at some fantastic free position there. Dylan is on the pole and start. He's dropped down 3 positions there. And we've got V Top then, who's trying to squeeze out FIFA Beefy. Yellow flag in sector 1 then, as Bradfield is struggling there to regain control of the car. He is down 10 positions as well. And look at this, it is a very fast and furious start to the race then. Fangio has kept his position there. Both Alfa Romeos at the back of the field then. We got Sir Tommy. What? Young Tommy is up into 10th position there, and what was that? I've seen Florida go off, and FIFA has had a severe collision. There's a virtual safety car, as there is problems at the back, and FIFA, and Joe Slater's got a no wing there, and FIFA Beefy is also off the circuit as well. Then it looks like they've cut the blows there, and there's a major collision there. FIFA's got no damage there, but Slater's got all the wing gone off completely here. Oh dear then. But young Tommy has gone up into, he's up in, look, it's up in 11 positions. Tommy is a cracking stuff, and Florida into the pits, and Goro into the pits as well, and we've got pit action here in this Grand Prix. Kez is also in the pits around the pole sitter. Oh goodness gracious me then. And the nose cone is being changed on the McLaren team, and here comes Kez on his debut. It's not then, let's go for the Grand Prix win as well. Unfortunately that's not the case. He has changed the wing then after that, after he was, it's a longer run down turn where maybe pole position is not the best solution here in Mexico. Is it a virtual safety car then, so they cannot catch back into the crocodile, so to speak then, as FIFA's also got a 3-second penalty as well there for FIFA Beefy. Let's see what he can do then. And Gola coming out of the pits as well. Kez down in 7th position. Senna also in the pits, and a lot of pit action then in the opening stage of the Grand Prix. But now we're back racing then. Young Tommy is up 11 positions there. Kez losing the most positions so far in the Grand Prix. Then FIFA Beefy then is now just come back at the pits then. So here's Mushroom then, and New Potato 3-second penalty for Farfair. Remember, penalties was quite crucial last night there, and it salvaged the race there for Emerson there. And here comes Wilson on the inside. Then of course the soft tires of Wilson is being used to his advantage so far. Good stuff indeed then. Oh dear then. And just now on board then with TK, as he is down into 6th position at the moment there, as DRS has now been enabled then. As Immortal is trying to break the slipstream now from New Potato. Remember, New Potato has not won a Grand Prix so far this season. Now FIFA Beefy's got a 10-second penalty as he has lost the whole of the front wing here. FIFA Beefy is having a nightmare return to ALR tonight. Senna's off the circuit as well. Goodness me, and who is that going off at? As I'm not sure if Slayer also had some issues as well. Baguette dropping down into 30 minutes there. Ariel is not too far back in the Aston Martin car in 14th as well. Of course, Baguette is on the slower medium tires at the moment there. Gap at the front is 2/10 moment. We're just on board Dylan, who is 3rd in the World Championship at the moment there. Slayer had a great start, but unfortunately I think that he must have collected FIFA Beefy or the other way around then, as FIFA Beefy spun in front of him, unfortunately. The top 3 then, as I look as the Haas cars are now starting. I wonder if they're going to be a bit of team orders then in the Haas team now. New Patel is really putting the car for his pace then. FIFA's got another 5-second penalty. FIFA is out of the race then, so well, that's a shame now for FIFA Beefy, as that was a bit of a nightmare race, a bit of a nightmare session now for FIFA Beefy. He is out of the Grand Prix. Immortal is now going to have to defend from the DRS now. Senna back in the pits as well. Senna is also on a nightmare race so far, and he's and he's going to be lapped already in this one there. And now New Patel then is the pace is very fast and frantic so far. And here's DRS and Senna coming on the pits as well. And Senna then is going to be on new soft tires then. And New Patel takes the lead of the Grand Prix. Lovely shot here from the nose going here. Favre also getting past his teammate as well. Serge Rusham didn't have DRS, and now Favre has he got the pace then to get after the Robs as well. Goodness me, look at all the slipstream going on down here between Wilson, TK, Dylan and V Todd there. Goodness gracious me, then that's a very that was very close together there. Dylan they're trying to reduce the corner there as much as possible out of turn 3. And now Wilson there is going to be looking over his shoulder slightly here as we go down into turn 4. Dylan having a look there, but TK is having none of that, is he? We've got a great battle. Oh, goodness me. As we've got some great battles at the moment. Wilson's got an opportunity now to try and pull away as much as possible. And he is almost out of DRS range, because DRS around here is quite a major problem then, isn't it, for the drivers? And they need to get out as quickly out of DRS range as quickly as possible. And that is exactly what Wilson's doing it. And New Potato is trying to do that with Moors as well. And New Potato looking very strong at this moment. And Farf, who is pulling away for his teammate as well. V Todd on the soft tires, and he needs to get past it to make this soft run work then. And this opening stint here. Young Tommy, goodness, speaks up into point position already. Young Tommy as well. Incredible 7D then. As it stands then. As it stands, I think AlphaTauri have won the Constructors' Championship as well in its very early stage at the moment of time. I'll have to get me, as I said, I'm gonna have to find something to really get my old fingers and toes out, to try and work this one out. Then, as V Tot has now got past Dylan as well. Dylan, of course, is on the longer strategy call here. TK is at the inside. That's a day late, $1 short. But goodness me, how did he slow the car down? Is beyond me. Fantastic there from. Oh no, that's not. Oh, goodness me, he's in the wall. Oh, TK, what an incredible... I thought that was a day late and $1 short, that overtake maneuver. Frank up to a superb 10 for this as well. Great stuff. Sarah's got a 3-second penalty. I thought that TK was never going to slow the car down in the month of Sundays, but how did he do that? That's pretty impressive indeed. I thought that was going to be a collision. Great driving from both Wilson and TK, but unfortunately TK got on the power on the loud pedal a bit too heavily there, and that is really caused him some major headaches indeed. Then Senna is having a bit of a nightmare day here. It's not in the Aston Martin on board. V Top then is really putting pressure on as well. Dylan's got the penalty as well. Got 4 drivers and with 3-second penalty so far. And as we're going up into the stadium sector as well, New Potatoes now out of DRS range by 18 hundredths of a second. Now TK dropping down the order there. Unfortunately, look at this. V Todd, who would like to have got past Wilson, but that hasn't been the case so far. Senna is in the pit lane. He's out of the race then, unfortunately for Senna. So 2 retirements there, but it's been mainly drivers then that have called it a day rather than anything else. But they've had pretty nightmare starts in this Grand Prix. No, here comes V Todd. Then V Todd then needs to get this overtake done, and he needs to kind of start to sprint away here. V Todd can if he as TK is also out of the race as well. Goodness me, then there's a lot of drivers calling it a day quite early on here. Fanjo up into 9th position now. Good stuff indeed. The Reflections having a look then, and Bradfield on the outside here. Bradfield's got the momentum now, and he is past as well. And oh goodness me, it's Reflections and Bradfield wheel to wheel, then going down the back straight here, and Reflections there is going for. Oh goodness me, I thought he was going to go for the old switcheroo there. Not quite. Gordo's got past Fanjo, moved himself up into 14th position. Now Gordo's on those soft tires. Fanjo. Florin is on the medium compound tires, and Keza is also trying to come back through the field as well. New Potatoes having a look on the inside, but no dice at the moment now. Senna has just got one word: horrendous. Ariel's got a 3-second penalty moment there, and Immortal's had a superb lap here. His last lap, I was saying that New Potato was out of the DRS race. All of a sudden, Immortal, I wonder if he's just called his tires slightly there, especially in the S, and he's really put real in New Potato once again then. And just on board now as well. Senna saying it's someone spun who didn't go, so it ruined it. I'm wondering, FIFA I think spun in front of Senna, and look at this, Immortal's back in the lead then. It's goodness me, I thought it was a good for New Potato. However, the swap is shown it's not. Now the 2 AlphaTauris are also coming in to combat as well. And look here, also Wilson's going to be involved as well. Look at this, the 2 AlphaTauris are coming together here, and goodness me. And as they come together, it's just a bit of rubbing there, isn't it? Goodness gracious me then. Dylan is now into 6th position there. Wilson dropping down the order side, and he is struggling on those soft tires potentially down. Oh my goodness gracious me then. And wow, the Constructors' Championship is definitely not in the forefront of the AlphaTauri's mind, is it? Senna crashed into Sarah, but I think Sarah crashed into FIFA Beefy by the looks of things. But we'll have to rerun that one later on then. And wow, incredible. So now the AlphaTauri drivers are getting very close for comfort now. Goodness gracious me, how did they avoid that was beyond me. Ariel's got a 3-second penalty just on board then. Florin who's at the outside down here, and now Kez at the inside then, but it's a very tight manoeuvre there into turn 5 then. Both the fins of Bottas and Raikkonen in 2015 came to blows down there, didn't they? Which I think ended up Raikkonen's race, unfortunately, didn't it? As that was the second race in a row that they came to blows. I think they also came to blows in Russia as well, back in 2015. Now, goodness me, all those many moons ago. Kez has got a 3-second penalty, unfortunately. Is that Ariel's in trouble then? And Ariel's gone off at the Nigel Mansell turn now. And oh no, and look, it's a safety car here. And we have lost 4 drivers already, but gets in the pit lane straight from the get-go. And Ariel in the pit said, so goodness, Ariel out of the race said, unfortunately, crashed into the pit. I'm not sure. I think they must have spun the rear wheels out of the race, unfortunately. That's such a shame then. So all the drivers said, Gordo is in the pits. Florin is staying out, as is Kez as well. Slayer then is also might be coming to the pits for anyone on soft tires, so there's a golden opportunity to come to the pits. Lape 36 around here then. We've got a couple of drivers that have got penalties already. Troy saying, God, Mushroom is doing superbly well at the moment now. Mushroom and Farf maybe a bit unhappy about this then, because the Haas team are pulling each other along very nicely indeed in 3rd and 4th position now. I'm really looking good there for the Haas team now. After a pretty difficult season for the Haas team. They're doing a much better job here tonight, and it's great to see as well. So Ariel went full throttle, unfortunately, and just spun the car around, unfortunately. Ariel at the Grand Prix, along with TK, Senna, and FIFA Beefy, all out this Grand Prix at this moment in time then. Unfortunately, 3 quitters and 1 retirement in this race so far. I'm also in the pits, Snoop Potato in the pits as well. We've got Far from the pits. What is Serious Rush going to do? Serious Rush has got, this is going to be appalling for the Haas team, isn't there? And oh, goodness me. And that overtake there from Farf was quite important then earlier on this race. And Immortal then in and out, shake all about that. We're all about New Patel then also in the pits while the former bronze champion and thrown on the medium compound tires. The Williams team are Farfar is being serviced. Look at this. This is so painful for Serious Mushroom. What a shame now from Serious Mushroom there. And how much time is he going to lose? Hopefully not too much. It looks Alpha Tarin, and that's the problem with having 2 very competitive drivers then. So Serious Mushroom is off the position 2 feet top then. What about young Tommy? Now he's being stationed. Now he's been serviced as well, but he has dropped down a few positions there. Well, more than a few, because Bradfield's got in front of him as well. And look at Florin, who hasn't come into the pits. And look at this, and he's jumping all the way up the order here. He's going to be right behind his teammate. Florin is here. Oh, goodness me, Bradfield on the soft tires as well. Keza coming in the pits, and so Keza going on to the soft tires, and so he's going to have a sprint middle sector here, and then coming out of the pits now. Baguette, he's going to be behind his teammate Baguette, and into the pits there comes Gordo, who was in the pits last lap. So I wonder if Gordo, I wonder if he's now going to go soft tyres here then for the Ferrari team as he's going in the pits. Those more medium tyres again there for Gordo, but now he's going to be on a used set of medium tyres like Gordo is. So I'm not too sure on that one there for Gordo. Maybe the Ferrari team have misinformed him about what new sets of soft tyre, what new sets of medium tyres they have left. But so Fanjo, who is 16 from the grid there, is now made his way up into his superb first position at the moment. He is on 8-lap hard compound tyres here. So let's see what Fanjo can do. Reflection's got a 3-second penalty. That's a cheap penalty as well for Reflections. It happened under the safety car here, so that's not good there for Reflections, unfortunately. Just watching Fanjo leading the race out. So he's on the hard tires. Remember how good it was it Percy last night who did the hard tire run as well? Superb stuff from Percy. So I wonder if Fanjo is going to be doing the same here then tonight. Well, so far so good for the Williams driver. Magnificent stuff, but what's going to be a very emotionally charged week then for the Williams team then. Lap 10 of this race then, so we're not even a half this year. We've had 4 retirements already. Both Aston Martins, both Alpine cars out of the season, and so both the new teams at the beginning of this season. As I said in the Joint Constructors, I think it was on Sunday, wasn't it? Possibly. That the new teams of Aston Martin and the Alpine have had pretty dire starts to their ALR careers, aren't they? Pretty disappointing indeed there from everyone, up and down the from all the 8 drivers that have really participated in the ALR so far in Aston Martin and in the Alpine car as well. Will said, ask for penalties, please, your wish, and I will grant that. Or maybe he just wants a pen to write with. No, so 3-second penalty then for Far, 3 seconds for Dylan, 3 seconds for Florin, Reflections, 9 seconds for Slayer. That's quite a lot of penalties already before we even got to half distance here, and 3 seconds for Kez as well. So those are the penalty situation at the moment then. On lap at number 10 then is Gordo's gone in for penalties again, gone in for again then. I repaired to change the front wing, and they didn't change it there. And I had it on yes and no. So Gordo, so Ferrari, another miscommunication, misstep there from the Scuderia there, the Ferrari team, unfortunately. But hopefully Gordo's got a new nose cone now, and hopefully I think he'll be on newer tyres now as well. Well, he's still on 2-lap tyres that Gordo is there. So I'm wondering if Gordo, I hope that they change the front wing that tyre, man. I should have been paying more attention, shouldn't I? What I do know is the safety car is in now at the end of this lap then. So here we go then. We're going to be back green here in Mexico then. As Fangio then is on 9-lap old hard tires. And we're on board there with Fangio, who is third in the championship, is he? No, he's second in the championship as well. Fangio's really made waves, hasn't he, here since starting, since making his debut in Silver then a couple of races ago. And now we're back racing in here. He does, look at this. And now Farfus already really, goodness me, Farfus had a superb safety car restart. Look at this, and now they've got the safety now for Mortal as well, as they're dragging down into turn one then. Oh goodness me, could be a replay of the start here at the inside then. But look at New Potato breaking on the racing line, and he had so much more confidence breaking on the racing line, and he's through back past Farf, and back up in the front position there. Farfo is going to try and come back at him there. See, look at this lovely shot here from under the trees then. But New Potato keeps the position quite nicely indeed. Bradfield's got past Reflex as well. Bradfield is on the soft tires here, isn't he now? So he's going to be going for broke at the moment. Lap 11 out of 36. A New Potato and Favre of goodness gracious me. And the Favre is going on the outside. New Potato's going on the inside. There's going to be contact. There is contact. And they both somehow survive. And Favre is never shy of an overtake. Magnificent maneuver there from Favre. And now what about we got a lot of penalties there, didn't we? I think the Favre may have been one of them, unfortunately. So Favre's penalties are starting to rack up already. Look at the gap. It's already 1.2 seconds between the Morto and Fangio, who have poured away. Then Fangio will be loving this, so wouldn't he? As Favre and New Potato really battling quite hard then for that final podium here then. Young Tommy moving up the order then. His Reflex is dropping down. Unfortunately, it looks like he's had some issues there. Reflex hasn't he? Just been dropping down the order. I'm sure it's in the car in the pits. It's Tommy's in the pits there, and Kez is in the pits as well. Goodness me, what's happened there? I know, just back on board then with Malta going down into turn number one. Well, Serious Rush then, of course, he's a bit behind the 8 ball then after having some gremlins early on. Kez in the pits on the medium tires. Now insert young Tommy also in the pits. Well, nightmare race then for young Tommy here and Keza after Keza having a superb race, superb debut qualifying here, but it hasn't transpired into a Grand Prix result yet. On the inside there for Dylan, and he sives his way through. Then goodness me, that was a very brave manoeuvre there from Dylan there. But today is a day then for nothing but bravery then for the AlphaTauri driver of Dylan. And then Gordo's got past Baguette and moved himself up into 12th position. Now Baguette dropping down to 13th. We're on board with Baguette in the Alfa Romeo car in 30 boost. Good 17 there for Baguette. And just watching Farfrack going a bit wider. Look at the drivers and the first. Wilson's got 3 seconds. Look at the top 4. They're starting to really condense back there. So they had a sprint there earlier on then, and now that Farfrack and New Potatoes have really settled themselves down, they have really gained back in on Fangio. That is the hard tire impact around here. That's 11 up old hard tires there. Whilst all the drivers have only got fresh boots on, Fangio has got very old hard tires on. DRS has been able, and Fangio's going to be going very long into this race. And now Immortal, that here he comes out, and they fly underneath. Wow, look at that, fantastic. And now it's wheel to wheel down the back straight then, and now we got Immortal taking the lead of the Mexican Grand Prix, and that is a job done, sir. Dylan's got past Dylan's on a flyer on there on the soft tires. He's making it work superbly well, Dylan is. That is mega stuff indeed there from Dylan there, wasting no time at all. Fantastic stuff indeed there. I just read a comment there from Gordo back in the safety car period that he was on 10% wear on those medium tires and for Gordo, so that may play a factor later on this race. And so as we go into the mini stadium section, where there's 2 stadium sections around here, isn't it? Because we get sport for choice where we have 1, but now we have 2 tonight. Fantastic. Bradfield is now homing in on Wilson, and we know that Bradfield and Wilson have got very good, have come together quite a few times, haven't they? And look at this, Bradfield all over the back of Wilson here. Goodness gracious me there, as McLaren of Wilson there, who is on the medium tires. One that Bradfield wants to get past, because look, Florin is also right behind as well. Florin is on a fresh medium tires. Bradfield on the inside there. Wilson tried to defend there. He's gone wide then, but he will have the momentum there. And look at this. Oh my goodness me. And Bradfield is past and moves up into 8th position there. Wilson dropping down into 9th then. And now his teammate, Wilson's teammate, who's also going to be on the pros. Oh, Florin there having to correct the oversteering. And look at this. And that's really puts there on the back, really on the back of the gearbox of the McLaren as well as they fly past me again there. I love that camera shot going down somewhere. It's absolutely Stupendous stuff indeed. Wilson's got past, and Bradfield there. Oh, goodness me, I thought he was going into the back of the gearbox of the McLaren then, but he slows the car down. Bradfield's teammates there didn't get past Florin on that instant there, so Florin did a very good job then. Tommy has set the fast lap race, and he's down in 15th for the moment, 18 seconds away from reflections there. Keza's a further 2.4 seconds back at the moment there. Keza having a nightmare start into the race so far. I think it's just got past Baguette. Oh no, and oh goodness me, and Baguette there I think was in the wrong place at the wrong time there, so I think I'm not sure if Reflection and Baguette came to blows there or came together and had a collision there, but it was quite a slow spin there for Reflection. I wonder if he just got on the power a bit too heavily there, and the car just wouldn't have it then, and Baguette there, the slightest tap there, but I'm wondering if that is going to cause damage there. Bradfield and Wilson are still not giving each other any room for breather here, and Bradfield trying to defend as much as possible. Lovely shot here from the rear wing of the Red Bull car as well, and now then going on the back straight as well. Bradfield may feel a bit vulnerable here, and out of the final turn as well. Look, there's Wilson, Florin and Bradfield's teammate as well. DRS then right on them, and then we've got Dylan catching on New Potato quite quickly here. We have also got this battle here. Look, Wilson there, goodness gracious me, he is quick in a straight line now, and he's already passed Bradfield, moves up into 8th position there, and now then he needs to get back past that wall, but oh goodness me, stay up the inside there, but Florin is having none of it, but Florin may have to concede. No, he doesn't. Great driving there, absolutely fantastic stuff indeed there. Goodness gracious me, this is a great battle here at the moment between both McLaren and both Red Bulls. My goodness me, we're back in 2011, ladies and gentlemen. I love that. Young Tommy has moved up into 40th position, getting past Reflections there, who's having a recovery driving. Goodness me, oh my gosh, they're going in, they're overtaking in very unusual spots here. New Potato's got a 3-second penalty, overtaking in very unusual spots here. It's cool, catching me very much unaware then, and now Florin is all over the back of his teammate as well. Are on board now with the second McLaren of Florin, and who's on 12 lap old medium tyres. So we've got New Potato's just got back past Farf as well. Farf overtook him under the safety car. Just at the end of the safety car. Farf on the inside there, but New Potato then is having none of it there, forcing his way through there. New Potato is elbows out and everything. Out the final turn, and then Farf is back past. Oh goodness gracious me, and he's now back up in the first position. New Potato is on the gearbox now. Both of them have got DRS there within a second of the detection point, and just coming out into the baseball stadium, I think it was that, and now down into turn one. What can New Potato do? Not much there. I would say not much, and they've raced it over to 100 miles an hour down there. It's incredible speed, isn't it? Florence got past his teammate Wilson, and probably was a bit easier then. Of course, again past goodness me, New Potatoes actually dropped back past Dylan now. Dylan is doing superbly well on these soft tyres there. Up into 4th position now, Dylan is brilliant stuff indeed there. Absolutely mega stuff there. And we've got Kez again past Reflections dropping down into 16th position there. Franjo leads by Immortal leads by 7/10 of a second, 8/10 of a second there. But I think what's helping Franjo here at the moment is this incredible battle here. Oh, and goodness me, New Potato almost lost it there. That is that's just the firmer build-up of the tyre, don't they? They don't like the tyres being screaming hot, do they? And the amount of S's in the middle sector here is quite high energy load, isn't it there? Good gracious me then. Just watching and Wilson, he's dropping down, watching New Potato, dropping down the order slightly then. And Dylan's next target is Farf. Farf does not have DRS on this time around then, so Dylan can use those soft tyres to his advantage. And the soft tyres are now probably get to the end of their wear here perhaps, and this might be the medium tyre that may start to take over. Well, we'll find out now as we come down the order. Look at the background there as Wilson is trying to defend it's a bit of contact there. Wilson is really trying to defend then against Slayer, and Slayer is a bit too far back at that time around then. Gordo is not too far back away either now, is he? Goodness me. So, Fanjo is really quick on the opening sector there, isn't he? He must have a low downforce setup then, Fanjo is there, which may explain then why he was struggling in qualifying there. He got a lot of track invalidation, didn't he? But of course, it was a very wet qualifying one, wasn't there? And a damp qualifying two, and almost a dry qualifying three session. So we had 4 seasons in a day in Mexico in qualifying earlier on tonight, didn't we? Fantastic. Just watching Dylan as well. New Potato's got a 3-second penalty for his troubles there. New Potato Pteo, though, is very close to the back, and he's going to have a look then, but Dylan is not going to be too concerned by that then, because he's more concerned about Farf, who is becoming a bit of a doorstop here, as he's the bottleneck here at the moment then in this race there, and they're really starting to condense up. Bradfield is now really using those soft tires to his advantage. He's almost a second and a half in front of Florin then after that incredible battle. Then what about Slayer? Oh, it's Wilson Slayer, and I'm not sure if they came to blows. We've just seen a limping Red Bull, and now we have got Dylan then, who is now alongside passes and far. Look at that, the inside then, and Fanjo is close to the back of Immortal, and he's got to keep it steady there on the hard tires, and the hard tires now started coming around here, and Fanjo's going for a lead here in the Mexico Grand Prix. He takes the lead here in Mexico. Great maneuver there. What about that? Look, Favre has come back at Dylan, but Favre down into fourth position now. Dylan having a third then, doing great. The bronze champion is tonight. Magnificent stuff. Serious Mushrooms also joined the party. My goodness gracious me then. Dylan now needs to use these soft tires. If he's got any life left in them, he needs to use them now then to try and pull away from Favre as quickly as possible. Then Favre is struggling at the moment then on those medium compound tires. I think Favre and Serious Russian would love to have had a wet race as well, I feel, because the Haas seem more quick in the wet. However, they're doing a good job at the moment, though, because both are 4th and 7th as a combined team this season. That would be a great result. That would be the best result of their season so far. There's a long way to go. We're only at half distance here in the Mexican Grand Prix. We have lost 4 retirements already. We haven't lost any in a while, though, so as the race starts to calm down slightly, I say start to calm down slightly, it's been anything but calm as this one so far. Serious Russian will load the back of VTOD as well. Serious Russian will have DRS, and there it is, and the rear wing slot gap has opened up. Then Farf is coming back at Dylan now, and here he comes, and he's on the outside, and he passes back in front of Dylan now. That's what Dylan didn't want. Serious Russian there, struggling a bit on the straights there. Serious Russian, I wonder if he's got a bit more of a higher downforce. Sarah's got past Wilson, and now he is through and up into 10th position there, but Wilson's not having any of that then, as he's trying to follow him through the S10, and hopefully has I was going to say, if he has a clean run there out of 11, out of 3, he may have had a chance there, but not quite then. And Slayer then, who's now in a 10th position there. Goodness me, and so far once again is I think he's loving being the leader of the conga line tonight. He's absolutely fantastic. Look at this new potato. It's absolutely flying the middle section down. Great stuff indeed. Great Scott then perhaps. And then potato then. Right, and the 2 bronze champions going wheel to wheel. New potato season 1, Dylan season 3. Goodness me, this is what I want in my racing. Fantastic stuff indeed now. And Dylan's up the inside there into turn 16 perhaps. Oh, it's 15. I don't know where I am on the circuit. Dylan there just about repelling the attack. Dylan's had a nightmare second sector there. I think he was coming in the pits there, Dylan was there, but I wonder if Dylan there wants to go a couple more laps, and if he can get another 3 laps out of these tires, he can do another soft tire run till the end. There we go, new potato there. Almost, look at this, now they're going wheel to wheel as well, then down into turn 1 there, and Immortal retakes the lead of the Mexican Grand Prix. There he is then, and look at this, Immortal, no he isn't there, because Fanjo is still in front there. Goodness gracious me, this is action. Wow, incredible. And Fanjo leads the race, and Immortal is now on the medium tire set. So Fanjo's brought himself into play here, and now Fanjo's on the same strategy or similar strategy, and they all have to stop one more time then, because Fanjo's not stopped at all so far in this race set. Immortal, Farf, and New Potato, they've got to be able to get to the end on those medium tires, and they've got to do another 16 laps, and I think that's a bit of a stretch, and that's going to be 26 laps then for the medium runners. I don't think that's doable. At all. And the soft runners of Dylan, Bradfield, and Slayer is going to have to come back in the pits. Young Tommy's going to have to come back in the pits as well. Florence got another 3-second penalty at the moment in time, and penalties quite crucial in this, crucial in every race, but you could rack up quite a lot in this one. Only Gordo, Bradfield, Serious Mushroom, and Fanjo have got no penalties at all at this stage, and that's pretty impressive to say at the very least. Good stuff. Fanjo is still in this race, and is now just look at that, and you can see he's going to the near part of the pit wall there to try and break that slipstream as much as possible. Immortal is a bit too far back. Lovely shot here from the nose cone of the Mercedes cars. We're going down into turn 1. In there, Fanjo still has the lead then, but I think that first DRS there was probably a manoeuvre for Immortal to try and have a go down in turn 4. It's not usually the most easiest of taking opportunities, and on this occasion it wasn't, as the gaps are also. Look, Farf is now really caught up to the back here, as I think Farf would like to get this move done quite quickly, because if he doesn't get this move done quickly, then we get New Potato, Dylan and Feet Todd and Serious Motion just gain up to the back of him, and then they have an almighty scrap, don't they? And then they lose, and then Farf loses time, don't they? Because he's defending so heavily there, because track position can be key around here. Yes, there's two majorly long straights here. As look at that Immortal then having a look there, and look at how the closing speed there. I think Immortal has really turned up the wick on that Mercedes car now as well. Serious Motion's got a 3-second penalty. That's a shame for Mushroom there, because he was keeping a clean race, and however he just needs to keep his cool here in this Grand Prix, doesn't he? If he wants to have major points here. So I think Fanjo is aiming for the soft tyres there, along with the rest of these medium runners. Into the pits comes Dylan there. So he's made it just about then, but I think that there's going to be soft tyres again then for Dylan. And what are the AlphaTauri drivers what is the AlphaTauri team going to do? We'll look at that in a minute, because look, here's Immortal, and he's up the inside. Fanjo is on the outside then. Immortal, and just positioned his car nicely. He couldn't repel the attack. Fanjo couldn't there. Immortal was coming through. Oh, I thought he spun there. Goodness me. And that was just a trick of the camera there, wasn't it? I know we got Farf was on board with Farf, another dose of DRS then down into turn number 4. So this is a great race so far. I'm really enjoying this. Tommy now up into 30 position, passes Baguette, and Baguette is dropped down into 15th position. She has lost 2 positions. Keza now moving up to 14th, and Keza's unfortunately off. Keza and young Tommy there would probably want a safety car if they want to get themselves back into this one. Dylan, who's just in front of his teammate there, but of course he's now on medium tires at the end of the race, and Dylan has gone for the safer option here. Watching a New Potato as well, and he's having a look at New Potato, and not quite going into the baseball stadium sector as well. Immortal is still within DRS range at the moment there of Fanjo, so I think Fanjo is almost out of DRS range here, struggling, and Farf has got a 3-second penalty, and I'm sure that Farf is in the wall. He's hit the wall at the Nigel Mansell curve, and he's really struggling. There's understeer in that Haas car, and I'm wondering if Farf has damaged the end plate there. That is going to be crucial. Serious Mushroom is in the pits, and he's going for an undercut here. Mushroom is there. He's rolled the dice set, and that's a very attacking strategy then for Serious Mushroom. I love it. And now we're going down into turn 1 then, as once again they condemn. Oh, Slayer's got a 5-second penalty. We had a lot of speed infringements there in the pit lane last night, didn't we? And we might have we've only got one so far. Mushroom cut on the pit on the soft tires. Look at the undercut. The undercut is massive. As Serious Mushroom's out of the pits, and he's going to be behind Keza, and Fanja's got a penalty as well. Now everyone on the field's got a penalty apart from Bradfield and Gordo. Now goodness gracious me then, and that is just penalty city here tonight. Immortal is still in front at the moment there. Farf, who's now really struggling. That car is really struggling in. I'm not sure if Farf's got damage there. It was a glancing blow at the wall at the Nigel Mansell curb, but I think even a glancing blow on these very intricately designed wings there. It's just goodness me. New Potato there. Goodness me. How do these drivers keep calm? Is beyond me. I get so excited, and there's not even a move going on there. Incredible, is there? Is anyone going to come in the pits this time around? Then just take a look. Farf is coming in the pits, and so yes, both Haas cars then are rolling the dice here, and this is getting very interesting indeed. We'll see where Farf comes out there. Serious Mushroom was about a second or two behind his teammate then. Bradfield has now moved us over to 40th position, fifth position there on 14 lap road. Tyres, Fanjo is up the outside. There's Immortal is back through. They're just yo-yoing around there. Fantastic. Farf is coming out of the pits now then. Where's his teammate? Serious Mushroom is getting held up by young Tommy here, and Fanjo is back past here, and this is a great battle here. Farf is out behind young Tommy, and yeah, Serious Mushroom through. That is the major undercut there, isn't it? Goodness gracious me that Serious Mushroom is now past Tommy, and he's now behind Kez as well. He wants to get past as quickly as possible. Dylan's now in the box seats here, and Dylan doesn't need to pit again there. This is interesting. I think Dylan might be in the de facto lead of this Grand Prix. My goodness me. Goku is just that this is penalty central here. Serious Mushroom. Oh my goodness me. And now Serious Mushroom into 9th position. Dylan, I think, is the de facto leader in this where are we? In the Mexican Grand Prix. This is an incredible race here. Only four retirements so far in this race. 16 drivers left. Lap 24 out of 36, and this is an incredible race there in terms of strategy. I'm loving it. Wilson dropping down the order into the pits. There comes the top two of Immortal and Fanjo. I'm wondering then, I think that the horse may have bolted potentially. Baguette's got a 3-second penalty. The horse may have bolted promoted potentially, because I think Sarah's Russia's going to be leading the Grand Prix. No, I think Dylan's going to be leading the Grand Prix. And I think that Sarah's Russia's going to be in second position. Gordo's in the pits and on board now with Dylan. And out of the pits now comes... No, they haven't actually. Look, someone had kept the lead there. Goodness me, there's me going completely wrong. Fanjo is now out in the lead there. I think that Immortal needs to get back past Fanjo and get out in front before, as Immortal's got a 3-second penalty. That may help Dylan then. I think that Immortal needs to get back past that Fanjo, just like pull away, but that hasn't been the case at all. Serious Russian is now in 8th position there, far from 9th position there. I got that completely wrong. I thought that there was going to be a little higher up than that then. And where is Gordon there coming out of the way? And look at this Reflection there. That's superb driving there from Reflections. And very unselfish indeed. I think Reflections, he's an absolutely superb teammate there. Keza now on the soft tires, along with Young Tom as well. Get also on softs as well. New Potato, V Todd and Florida have stayed out there. So they are going to be very much behind the 8 ball here, aren't they? In terms of the undercut here, they're going to lose an abundance amount of time into the pits. Now comes New Potato. No, he's staying out there. Are they going to... Wilson is out of the Grand Prix. He's got off there, and I think that this might be a safety car. It is, because it's right in the line of fire. Bradfield almost into the wall, into Wilson. So, oh my goodness me then. And Florida is going to take the opportunity to come to the pits. And the safety car is out then just behind Viton and New Potato. So they have to adhere to the Delta here into the pits. Now comes out Florida, and he's now on the softer compound tires then. And Dylan also in the pits as well. And I think that this has actually ruined Dylan's race, unfortunately, then potentially. And this may have salvaged Mercedes in their constructors bid as well. However, someone's going to have to help me out with the old calculator. We have got Sarah Special, who's in 5th position now. Farf in 6th position as well. The 2 Haas drivers of the first drivers coming to the pits. Florence coming out in 8th position there. Slayer in 9th, and he's elected not to box. Dylan has boxed then. Gordon in 11th position there. Reflects at 12th. He's elected not to box as well there. So Young Tommy and Keza and Paige have all been brought back into this race now with this late safety car then. 26 out of 36. Wilson saying a disgusting track then. And as Goku saying, no, the boss is out then. You can't park there, Jake, then, as a field there. Throwing on the banter straight away. But, well, unfortunately, Wilson did park there, and he's brought out the safety car. Wilson was in a 7th position there, battling 7th position as well for the McLaren team. New Patel then, is he going to come into the pits then? Is Vitor going to come to the pits as well? Or are they going to stay out then? They have got a gap of 15 seconds there, but I think there's no real choices there, because they're on 16 upper medium tires. That Mercedes mechanics are ready. Then Vitor then, who's having a really strong end of season. Vitor is, isn't he? Now it's on the soft tires. He's had a strong season overall though, Vitor, hasn't he? I don't feel I've given him enough justice there. And also in the pits is a New Potato as well. I've had a request there from Gordo to check the penalties. I will indeed, my good sir. Everyone is on the soft tires, apart from... I forgot. Oh, I've had it right there in front of me, and I've forgotten who it was. I think Bradfield was one. Right then, let's take a look at the penalties. Gordo is requested, and I shall receive it. Just now, Fanjo is leading the race, but he has 3 seconds of penalty. Immortal has 6 seconds of penalties, 9 seconds for New Patel, which means that if we all finish like this and this close together as well, that means that V Todd will be second at the moment. Serious Mushroom on course for a podium, fantastic. Farfis, unfortunately, as Farfis had a lot of penalties. Bradfield's had no penalties at all so far. He's doing a superb job. What's happened to Immortal? And it's now Williams 1-2, but Immortal's lost their position. What's happened there for the Mercedes driver? This is crucial in the Constructors' Championship. I'm not sure what's happened there, but it looks like New Potato is now in 2nd position there, because he's not given the position. Oh my goodness me! And I thought there was going to be a clear, so I think New Potato is trying to get the position back here, and oh goodness me, the slices are taps there. I don't think that 5-second penalty would be removed there, because I'm sure that New Potato was not playing games at all. He was not playing games at all. He was trying to give the position back to Immortal then, but something's gone majorly wrong in turn 4, and now Immortal is behind at New Potato there. Of course, this happened to me in PvE when I was behind at Murphy then. Having said that though, I was being an idiot really, but as Murphy would definitely attest to. But of course then on this game though, if it does sometimes you can get away with overtaking a safety car and they're not asking you to give it back, which is pretty rubbish really. Anyway, carrying on with the penalties then. Bradfield's got no penalties, nor is Gorda. Good stuff indeed there for both drivers there. Florin has got 6 seconds of penalties, 17 seconds for Slayer, 3 seconds for Dylan, no penalties for Gorda. Good stuff. Kez is free on his debut. Penalties that is. Sir Tommy then is now then New Patel then given the position back then. So New Patel's now got 14 seconds worth of penalties. I think that we can get rid of 5 of those, so he still has 9 seconds of penalties there, and the positions have been rectified. So good stuff indeed there. Good sportsmanship. I wouldn't do the same, of course, but that's why I'm not a race driver. We have got Keza, who's got 3 seconds worth of penalties there. So young Tommy 3 seconds as well. Paige Baguette there on 6 seconds of penalties, and Reflections on 6 seconds as well. Everyone apart from Bradfield and Gordo, who will get my driver today personally. That'd be absolutely fantastic indeed that if they can carry on without no penalties. Really good stuff indeed. Far from not with the old penalties there. Yeah, we'll say Theo. I said that to you last week in USA. Laugh out loud. So unfortunately, Theo was a victim of a bit of road rage. Unfortunately, that driver is no longer with us. There is we don't really take too kindly to drivers spearing other drivers off the circuit, which is unfortunate what happened to Theo and cost him potentially the World Championship in USA. However, Theo has got tomorrow. And then he's also got Brazil, Australia and Abu Dhabi to clinch that title then and be the youngest driver in ALR history to win a world championship. So good something. He'll be the 4th driver in bronze history to win the title as well. And of course, we've got 2 other bronze champions in here tonight. Young Tom is the silver champion, I'd say. Dylan, who's the bronze champion there. And of course, we've also got New Potato, who's the first ever bronze champion as well, doing a superb job tonight, New Potato. It's absolutely hats off to him. Really good stuff indeed there. It's great to see the likes of New Potato and Serious Motion really at the top of these sheets there. It feels like Back to the Future kind of figures. They're really with seeing that some of the old guard then really at the top there, and I don't think they're going to be very happy with me. They're calling them old guard. Safety car's not in this lap, then it might be the end of the next lap then when they're going to be coming in the pits. So everyone going to into the pits. There comes Baguette then. So Baguette, and I wonder if she's got a fresh set of soft tires then available at her disposal then. So she's in the pits now then, and you can see then the lovely sun is set over the pit lane pit buildings here then. Yes, some more soft tires over Paige then. So she is going to be quite quick later on in this race then. Williams doing well in Mexico. They really are indeed, aren't they? Both first and third at the moment there. So yes, very much on a particularly special couple of days as well with Sir Frank Williams unfortunately no longer with us. It's been a very cruel year off the circuit, off the track in terms of motorsport. I must say that we've lost Murray Walker, we have lost Frank Williams, and was it Sterling Moss? Sterling Moss we lost as well earlier this year. My years are pretty appalling at the moment, I must say, with COVID and everything like that. My years are kind of condensed into one. Really, I don't even know what it still feels like 2019 to me, goodness me. But nonetheless, then, yeah, we've had an awful year off the track in terms of motorsport, and we've lost a lot of legends of Formula 1. And it's kind of it loses a bit of your childhood as well, I feel. Well, certainly for me, goodness me, drivers, especially Murray Walker and Frank Williams, and they're very much a part of my childhood growing up then with the Williams there, the beautiful Rotherham's blue and white livery Williams there, very much at the forefront of Formula 1 in the mid-90s. Safety cars in the end of this lap then, we're going to be back racing as well here in Mexico for hopefully the final time then, so I don't want to hit more safety cars now. Let's keep it clean, ladies and gentlemen. The safety car lights are off, Ben, and as the sun is now beginning to set here in Mexico City then, and it's the sunset and also on Mercedes' chances of the Constructors' Championship as well. Well, at the moment, I think that AlphaTauri are still winning the Constructors. Oh, as Fangio has had was resting the car, but I think he's still had a good run there, has he? I think he has, actually. He's had a very good run indeed. And on board Mortal, who's actually losing time down the straight here, so that's not Alpha at all. Farfair is pretty immense on these safety car restarts. We've also got Dylan getting past there as well. Or you've got Bradfield in Florin and having a lock on the outside. And Florin's got wide there, but he's got the job done. But Alex, he has indeed that. Bradfield is on the medium tyres, so that is why Bradfield's going to struggle later on in this one, the fast stages race, because of course the soft tyres have really very much warmed up quite nicely indeed. Robert Keza, who's now on the outside of Gordo. Oh goodness me, and look at how much braking distance he had there. Goodness gracious me now. But Gordo though is going up and under. They've got the old switcheroo here. Oh goodness me, that's going to get very tight there into turn 6 here. And Gordo is having none of it there, is it? Goodness gracious me now. But Keza has the inside there for the SS there. And Keza is through. Now what can young Tommy do? Sarah's got another 3-second penalty to his account. Then here it's not in back of the front. Then Fanjo is in this race and he's driving the day performance from 16th on the grid there and driving superbly well. So Keza's now in the top 10 then. Keza is recovered very nice indeed to get into the top 10 then on his debut. Great stuff indeed then for Keza. Then out of the far turn and Fanjo leads there. Immortal second and third position is a New Potato who's got the fast lap at the moment there. Remember, you get a point for fast lap wherever you finish in this Grand Prix. The top three have now gapped to V-Top. Then the gap is already over a second and 3/10 second and a half now. Farf is underneath the gearbox to his teammate here at Serious Mushroom now. And one of the Haas teams might deploy team tactics here with Farf quicker, but also Farf has got a 15-second penalty for his troubles as well. And now Keza is now in the 10th position. Their next target is the current bronze champion, which is Dylan down in 9th position at this moment in time. Just watching Fanjo, who is coming out of the mini stadium sector as well. Fanjo, who is leading this race, and with Immortal in second moment, and V Todd is in 4th position there because New Potato is in 3rd at the moment now. Serious Mushroom in 5th. On a superb drive today, Serious Mushroom is superb stuff indeed. Serious Mushroom potentially at the moment with penalties amended is on course for 3rd position at the moment. Good something. He's got 5 laps so to keep it within that window then. So come on, Serious Mushroom now. Florin and Farf, who are very close to each other. And goodness me, Farf has got the inside though into this stadium sector as well. Florin now trying to attack, but not at the moment. Florin now on 18 points on the board from McLaren team. We'd like to get out of the relegation. So Fanjo, oh goodness me, has set the fast up the race. Bradfield is almost now a second behind him, but he does have DRS there if he could keep within a second there. Look at now here comes Farf getting past Serious Mushroom, and Farf is now in the 5th position there. But remember, Farf does have a lot of penalties in this race there, but can he get past? Can they use teamwork here, the Haas team, and get past V-Top then? Bradfield drumming down the start position. Keza, who is trying to get himself back through the field as well. And look at this, Keza. This may be quite an easy overtake from Keza's point of view because Bradfield is on the medium compound tires about. He gets back past the Red Bull car, and Keza now into 9th position, and Bradfield drumming down to 10th in the Red Bull. But remember that Bradfield and Gorda does not have any penalties, do they? So that may propel them up in the order. Young Tommy is struggling down in 13th position. That's young Tommy's had a bit of a difficult day. He's still, of course, at the moment, young Tommy's not DNF'd in any single race so far. He had no point scores this season. He had a no point score in no, he's scored in every single race so far that he's participated. Young Tommy has it. So at the moment, young Tommy's point scoring streak is coming to an end here tonight. What's going on here? And look at this. That is a foul. Oh, goodness gracious me. And we're getting very dicey here. Serious Mushroom has dropped down to 7th position. Dylan has gone up to 6th. And that is looking up Serious Mushroom, who is having a superb race at the moment there. But he's dropped down the order. And Dylan is now moved to Southam to 6th position. And that's a crucial part for AlphaTauri. And I think at the moment they are on the cusp of winning the Constructors World Championship if my maths is right, which it may not be. Farf is flying at this stage of proceedings. Dylan and Serious Rush has got past Dylan here. Now Farf is Flora there is up the inside defending his position there. And Bradfield is going to be grinning from ear to ear now because he's on the medium tires with no penalties. Of course, and the most important part of that sentence was no penalties. We have got Dylan, who's now back down to 7th position. Tommy, who has got maybe able to get a point then. Of course, in every single race he's participated in this season, Tommy has finished in the top 10. At the moment, that record is very much under threat here. Fanjo is in the race by 5/10 of a second, and Immortal's got another penalty, so he's dropping down the order. Keza's got a penalty as well. That could cost him points here, Keza, in his debut race here in ALR. Goodness me, this is absolutely incredible stuff here in the Mexican Grand Prix. Wow. Wow, this is a pretty immense end then to this race. V-Top might be up with the gap then, but just in front of them, Farfair is trying to I wonder if Serious Russia might be trying to play the team game here, but he can't play the team game too well around here. Maybe if it was a Monaco, perhaps, potentially, but I think around here then, with DRS so prominent, it's going to be very difficult indeed then, but I think Serious Russia is now Fanjo's lost the lead then, because look, Molto is taken and he chops off Fanjo there, cuts across the Williams driver, and takes the lead. He has to gain 6 seconds though in front Dylan has got back past it. What about Florin? Serious Russian cuts him off, and no dice there for Florin. But now let's see if Florin can go up and under. As Gordo's got past there. Let's drop down the order. And look at Florin. He's on a superb run there. That's the out turn number 4, 3. I don't even know where I am then. And Florin is now has got back past Serious Russian there. Keza is now right under the gearbox. And Serious Russian dropping down in the later stages of this race as well. But I think Serious Russian knows he's only got a 3-second penalty in his account. So that is going to be able to propel him back up the order as well. On board with Fanjo. Is that going to give him a penalty? Not quite that. And look at this. And Fanjo would love to win this on track. Then this will be Fanjo's 4th Grand Prix win of his career and of the season as well for a win here tonight. But this is probably his most impressive one. The hard tar pace of Fanjo was absolutely fantastic. It really was indeed that. And I think that it's going to give two drivers that on the hard tires that started the race in the last 2 events in ALR have gone on to do really well. And Percy got a podium last night. Tonight, Fanjo's on the cusp of winning the Mexican Grand Prix. Really good stuff indeed there. However, of course, not any drivers can do that. It's only drivers with the talent. And those two have got talent indeed then. And Fanjo retakes the lead here in Mexico. And we've got all kinds of shenanigans. What's happening? Farf's in the pits. Oh no! And Farf is in the pits, and I'm not sure I'm the Farf, but the Haas team. Oh no! Goodness me! And Haas's incredible race there is Oh, I think that that is such a shame for the Haas team and for Farf as well. Farf has a lot of penalties then, but I feel that he was gapping quite nicely. And where we got on the points line remains to be seen then. But Bradfield is maybe on the cusp then of jumping up an almighty amount of position. He could be up as high as 4th at the end of this one. Golly gosh, Vitod's struggling now. And the gap then between Vitod and Nupatel is almost the 9 seconds that Nupatel needs. Nupatel does have a 5-second penalty, which I'm sure is going to be removed there, because it's the lightest of tab set for that 5-second penalty that we see on stream. Dylan there very much pushing at the moment. And it's on board now with Dylan. The bronze champion then Paige Baguette then gets a penalty, and her account is up to 9 seconds as well, but she is pushing Gordo to the line as well. Good stuff indeed. Fanjo's got another fast racer. Fanjo has, and the complete performance there from Fanjo, going for his 4th Grand Prix win of the season, and really strengthened his hold on second in the World Championship. Across the line now we come then. Fanjo leads it, and Morso in second, Nupatel in 3rd position, Vitod in 4th. Dylan is in 5th position, and he is battling with the AlphaTauri to get AlphaTauri the Constructors World Championship. He's up in the 4th position now then, and there he goes. And I think that that may be sealing the AlphaTauri's Constructors Championship here tonight. Really good stuff indeed then. But of course that well, I'm going to be on air tomorrow night in bronze, and I'm going to say that actually AlphaTauri is not with the constructors, because I've got it completely wrong. Gordo very close to the back of his teammate here. Young Tommy is now in the points, and as we mentioned, young Tommy's got the record of finishing in every race he's participated in silver this season. He has finished in the points, and that was looking very much in danger a couple of laps ago. However, he is now in the top 10. Keza could be on course there for he might be able to propel himself up. I think he may be in 5th position by the end of this one. Florin has gone wide then, Florin, so he's got 9 seconds of penalties there so far. Becca has just pointed out that Jake is close to being disqualified then, as he has got 15 seconds. However, Sam said that Farf has now got 18 seconds as well. Missed the win, and Fanjo leads the wins the Mexican Grand Prix. Oh, fantastic stuff there from Fanjo. I've missed the end. What a shambles it's been. Oh dear, I'm so sorry, Fanjo. Absolutely disappointed stuff. However, yes, Fanjo has won his 4th Grand Prix win of his season here in the Mexican Grand Prix. Superb driving there from the Williams team tonight, and from Fanjo going from 16th on the grid there to win this race. And it was the hard stint then to begin with. It's absolutely propelled him right up there. Really good stuff indeed then. That race finished too early for me. Fantastic. Immortal finished second. Dylan in 3rd position. New Potato, I think, will have 5 seconds removed there. Goodness gracious me then as well. As unfortunately Becca's not so impressed with me as well. Serious Rush, what was going on then? As I'm thinking that him and McLaren have come to blows and has broke his wing there. As Gordo saying he could have had so much more as well then. But Fanjo, what a superb race this has been saying. Of course, as I said then earlier on the stream then about the Williams team, absolutely great. Sorry, I was on mute. Hello. Right then, Fanjo. It was all looking doom and gloom in the old qualifying session, but the race was superb stuff indeed. There, you went from 16th on the grid there to win an absolutely superb race today. Got fast up as well. Talk us about that. Your hard tire strategy, your hard tire call at the beginning was superb.
Yeah, no, thanks very much. In fairness, in qualifying, I think myself and Tommy had a bit of a discussion beforehand, and we thought we might have a bit of fun this race, so we decided to start from the back. But no, it was really fun in fairness, and I done one practice on the hards, and I thought they actually were okay to drive, and made the softs really quick at the end. So yeah, worked out.
I've been saying, I've been saying for most of the past couple of days, and the hard tires is probably not the preferred tire around here. But my goodness me, you were superb on those hard tires, and then in the end as well, then going to the soft tires. Then was that always your plan then, or was you just going, or was you like just waiting for the race to unfold, or what was your thinking behind it?
Yeah, it probably was always the plan to do one stop, kind of hard to soft, but I guess obviously the safety car helped me kind of bunch the field back up because I was way behind AC Immortal, I think, at one stage. But so that obviously helped, and then I was able to kind of control it from the front. But no, I thought like it was a pretty kind of flawless race, if I do say so myself, and I think that's 2 out of 2 for the Williams in gold and silver.
It is.
So it must be something in the air.
It must be indeed then, and of course, it's quite a fitting tribute, isn't it, to Sir Frank Williams? And
Yeah.
best thing we can do. So absolutely good stuff indeed there. And yes, I think you've really cemented yourself in second as well with that performance today in the championship. But we're going on to Brazil in a week's time. I think that what are you doing for the end of the season now? Young Tom has already won the championship. He won it a couple of races ago. But what do you do then with the championship gone? How do you focus? How do you focus? How do you get yourself going?
Well, I think the main thing is to just keep trying and go as fast as I can without DNFing and just show my true pace. Like obviously Tommy's already won it and fair play to him, he's a brilliant driver, but I just like if I can keep winning a few races and kind of assert my dominance onto the second place and just make sure I kind of get promoted next season, I'll be very happy.
Definitely good.
And yeah, obviously same with my Irish partner Dylan there. Hopefully he gets promoted as well.
Definitely good stuff indeed. Then, of course, you also had an almighty scrap with yourself and a motor towards the end. Then, I know that Codemaster shows the penalties now. Then, but how focused on, or were you on the penalties then, or was you just enjoy the battle? Because it looked like you two were having an absolute ball out there today.
Yeah, no, it was a great battle. Like we really showed respect to each other. I thought when we were racing each other, and obviously at the end I did have a look at the penalties, so I wasn't as panicked or nervous. But no, I think I had the edge on him on straight line speed. So once I was behind him with DRS, like it was an easy pass if I used DRS as well.
Really good stuff. Well done indeed, Fanjo. Absolutely superb stuff today. Brilliant
Cheers.
drive. Your best of your career, I think. Absolutely magnificent. Let's come to is there more to this party?
Don't think so.
No worries. Let's come to Dylan and Dylan. Wow, you had a battling drive today, and I think I'm probably going to die on the hill now, but I'm sure Alpha Tower have won the constructors' championship with that amazing third position you got today. But my goodness me, that was a battling drive, wasn't it, for yourself? Then talk us about your strategy then, because I was a bit lost at the end then, but you went onto the medium tires and you was quite quick towards the end, and you was just waiting for mistakes to happen in front of you.
Yeah, basically what you call waiting for mistakes to happen with the cars ahead. Then what do you call it? Get my moves going, like left, right, and center. But what do you call it? Decided to go. going on it was on the second safety car, I think. Or
Yeah, because you went on to the medium tires, and I think the majority of the field went on to soft tires. Was you concerned about the tire wear at the end then, or did you was thinking about you rather be safe than sorry rather than going on softs, or was that your plan for the entire for the final bit there?
during my first stint, I try to keep staying soft run, but it wasn't the bear safe fan, sorry, to put on the mediums. Then the safety car came out, and I had to put back on the softs again.
And of course, let's just talk about the constructors championship of a while. You and young Tommy have had a superb season this season. I've been comparing you to the mighty Haas team of season two, where it was Gurman and Liam, yeah, who was racking up wins there. But this season, I think that you two have really outperformed that super team back from season two, and probably been one of the best teams of ALR Silver. Just give us a word about your dominance, because you started off the season so well with just jumping into silver and just winning it straight from the get go. What a season you've had!
Yeah, pretty much a good season all around. It's from what you call it, promoted from bronze. So what do you call it, cope myself really well into silver. So it pretty much settled in from the get go. And Tommy pretty much helped me with the Avatar team. It just basically help each other out, which is the main thing.
Absolutely supreme stuff.
With
Oh, sorry, Dylan.
oh no, go. Uh, sorry.
No worries. Well done, Dylan. Of course, you two have been superb, and of course, I think you've also it's going to be a great battle between yourself and Immortal going in, and of course, Fanjo as well going into the final couple of races for those final promotion spots. Then, and that is going to be it for Silver tonight. It's been an absolutely superb race as well as a bit of technical gremlins with me leaning on the old mute button and stuff there, and also missing the finish as well, which is absolutely shameful behaviour, really, isn't it? Oh, there you go. It's because I'm missing the chocolate. Right then, we'll be back in action then tomorrow night for bronze as well. There might be another championship coronation as Theo is on the cusp of being crowned the youngest champion in ALR history, becoming the bronze world champion. And so don't miss that then. It's going to be a cracking one indeed. We'll see you in Mexico.